to the Intelligent Idea Talkers podcast.
All fired up. We good. Hey,
Yes, sir.
guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining us on another installment of the Intelligent Idea Talkers podcast, for the week of Sunday, August 31st, 2025. A very quick month of August. Felt very quick, you know. Yeah, I'm your host, D.
This is Juice.
This is Zero.
And we back. Back for another one, man. What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
Good, man. Good, man. Like, yo, just
Everything clicking.
yeah, everything that real talk, everything is clicking. It's cool though. I'll be alright.
No time is going on. I feel older. Like my like mentally, I feel like I'm still 22, but my body is really showing the effects of age. Like my back was twinging a little bit. Frank, I told him I had to use my heat pad earlier in the week. I said, damn, man, where's my back aching, man?
Yeah, man.
It's all good though.
I know that pain.
I'm with you. I also cannot move like I used to.
Like, remember back in the day when you had to like jump a fence when you were running? Any time you could have been running from a dog, playing with your friends, jump a fence. Like, you know how hard that would be right now to run to a field and jump a fence. Like, bro,
run through a field.
I could do it, but I would be feeling it afterwards, man.
It's
like a few, maybe like a year ago, I went to like a trampoline place. The trampoline floor and all that stuff.
It's a trap,
man. I was doing it. I was jumping on the trampoline. They had like a little air cushion bag. You run and jump off into the cushion bag, bro. I was doing flips and all that. I was so beat up the next day, bro. I could barely walk. Like, I was hurt, man. Man. Definitely not as limber, man.
I think for me, like I'm definitely not as active as I used to be. Kaiman can attest to how
bro, we used
to be. Right?
We used to be, man. Like, I long for those days.
Like that was like holistically a part of our being, right? Like being active. But for me, like nowadays, the only reason that I'm like fairly active is just as being a dad, right? I want to be there to be able to play with my son, and not only that, but to stay alive a little bit longer, so that I can be a little bit longer for him. Right?
It's like a chore. It's like a chore to exercise. Like I should get some exercise.
You got to keep that body moving, but yeah, it's rough. Like it's rough. Like, but it's also habit. So the more you kind of get your body moving and you get used to getting back into that routine, into the swing of things, the more you tend to kind of just naturally make it a part of your day, a part of your routine. Like earlier today, I went out bike riding with my son, right?
Okay.
And he's usually the one that's like saying, "Daddy, can we go bike riding today?" I was like, "Hey, do you want to go bike riding?"
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Of course." And so we went out and we rode our bikes for like an hour. So
nice.
Even that little thing, right? Even that little thing is just keeping the body moving. So it's yeah, I don't know what I'd do if I wasn't a dad though, like at this age, right? I'd be just doing nothing right now. I'd just be like playing.
I know, right? Just gaming, dude.
Anything.
See,
but
me and my son, man, we used to go rent like the kayaks. You can rent like a canoe or something, Bridge Marina and stuff. And you go out on the lake and it's only like $20. You can rent it for like 3 hours. You go out in a little tributary in the lake and all that stuff. And I asked him if he wanted to go recently. My son's 13. He's like, why? I was like, bruh, come on, man. Like, just to get out, do what we used to. Remember, we used to go walking on
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they just don't want to go no more, man, when they're 13, man.
Maybe teenagers, man.
But yeah, man, he's good. My son, he's not a knucklehead. So one of his teachers called me and saying he was just catching a little attitude with him in school. He thought that the teacher called his mom. He said, "Why you call my mom?" And then he got on the phone. It was me. He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Nah, I already know. Yeah, you know what you're doing. You know what I mean?" So, but the teacher was like, "Your son's not he's a good kid. You can tell, but He just wants to kind of follow everybody and fit in. So yeah, it's coming, man. Them teenage years, man. You know.
I know.
But I totally feel you, Frank. You want to be around more for your kids. That's what matters now. You know, like when you get older, you kind of realize the big picture is like the next generation. You know, the next like my seed. You know, like you want to be here for them, like to see them have children. You know,
I think
to grow up and turn into men and women, and you know,
right. You know, like,
and it goes fast in hindsight.
And
100%. My son's 13. That's on with quick.
Your son's 13. How old are you, D?
I'm 41.
41. So we're all in our 40s, right? Like I had my son fairly late. He's my only child so far, right? But it's like one of those things where, man, like 40 is like pretty much we're halfway there, right? Like we're halfway to the end, right? So, and this is the
so we're an existential. What do you call it? We're an existential like crisis. Like we're on the cusp. My wife asked me the other day. She said, have you had any? What's it? Midlife crisis. Are you having a midlife crisis yet? And I'm like, I don't think so. What?
Yeah, right.
Wait, what?
Let me check. No, I'm good.
Did something change? Did something happen?
Well, you got to look at.
I don't know. When did that happen? Did it just jump up on you?
Well, that's the thing. It's like maybe because we're so aware of it now, right? Like we're aware of what that means. Maybe we just don't have them anymore, or just some of us don't have them anymore. We just kind of like,
yeah, true.
I don't know if
it's part of the zeitgeist now.
I don't have time to go through that shit. You know, like I'm so fucking busy.
Like,
you know,
and then there's always the whole like remember like on the TV show they would pop up with like an extra motorcycle or something. You'd be like, well, I don't have the expendable. I got 2 kids.
Like, what?
I don't have the expendable capital for a motorcycle. like I don't know. Like what would it look like?
I don't have the capacity up here to really even focus on what's going on with another person. None of it's myself. So like, I don't even know if I have the time for that shit, right? Like
midlife crisis. I gotta go to work tomorrow, man. Like, I don't even talk about. Like talk about on top of that shit. Like the kids got swim class in an hour, and I gotta go to work tomorrow.
I know I should
just trying to do the podcast. I think the podcast is my existential crisis. Like this is it. Like
it's my only.
This is as far as it goes.
It's like my only grasp on trying to like do something for me on that's outside of just being a husband and a father and a worker. You know, like it's. It's like, yo, this is hanging out with the boys right here. Yo. Like, yo, this right here, man. Like, bro. Oh, shit.
Yeah, man. By the time our kids are like teenagers, we're gonna be like 50. That's crazy.
Yeah, I definitely feel it. I see why people have midlife crisis, but you're right. Juice, like she said it, and you were like, "Hold on, let me check."
I know, like
I don't feel no different. Yeah, you looking around.
You're like,
am I? Yeah.
Am I? I don't know. Right. Said, do I have a fever? Just a midlife crisis fever? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
But you know, it sucks, man. You don't want to even think about like your own mortality, right? But you know, you have to. It has to come into consideration at this age. Man.
You might not want to think about it, but you got to accept it, and you've got to. I mean, we have a lot of time.
And prepare for it.
Part of the human experience.
You've got to, and we will talk about this a little later, but you know, you've got to make your, what is the term when they say, get your affairs in order, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's like, get your affairs in order, because, like, and I know there are things that we got to watch out for when we reach a certain age, and there are people who would write their own wills. They would write their wills out even like at this age, you know, because you never know. But at the same time, it's good to have that kind of out there, because God forbid, you know.
Yeah, anything happens.
One day you're here, the next day you're not, and then there's nothing to be said for like your assets and your what you owned, you know, like,
Yeah.
and who's that going to? You know, you're leaving your children with, and your wife with, you know, jack shit, and so it's like kind of getting that out
Or
there. I know a lot of
whatever you
people
do
going
have
through
is
that.
such a mess that
Yeah,
like
yeah, like
any and everybody trying to get a piece of it,
that's
whatever it is.
yeah. And it's like, it's also like, you know, there are certain things that are locked behind like passwords that only you know,
Right.
right? So
Oh
it's
yeah, true.
like, you know, there are things like, you know, your bank account, or maybe your, I don't know, but like something that no one can actually access unless like you go to like the police, right? Or like you go to like the FBI or some shit to hack into your fucking your shit, you know? So
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's not a bad idea, and
Start thinking about your beneficiaries, and you know who you're gonna, you
right,
know.
and it helps you come to terms with the fact that yes, we are all gonna die one day. You know,
Yeah.
hopefully not soon, but it's gonna happen. It's inevitable. So
Even Trump ain't getting away from that.
right, right,
You know,
right. Definitely
it's
not
just
him.
crazy.
I honestly think he's actually a little sick himself. Like, I think there's something going on with him. Like
I think
heart
Yeah, I think so
wise,
too.
like heart wise. Like I'm not speaking like, you know, figuratively. I'm speaking literally. I think there's something going on with his heart, and I don't know if he's
I
gonna
mean,
last much longer.
I like you had to
Office,
clarify that shit. It's like
the
I think there's
office,
something
The
wrong with
fact
his
I
heart.
had to
Not, I
clarify
mean,
that, not figuratively. Figuratively,
obviously,
yes, yes,
yes,
yes.
he's a
Obviously, there
demon,
is
but
something
I
wrong.
mean,
But like,
physically,
yo, the office of the
obviously, he's
president
Satan,
is
but
just such a stressful position. I mean, most presidents come out more gaunt and less healthy than they went in. You
this
know what I
is
mean?
true.
Like even
This is true.
Obama looked way more like,
except for Trump on his first term.
yeah, he did. It did look like he had fun. He was like tanned and
He pretty much
everything,
came out
and
the same.
yeah, yeah. What was up with
But
that?
this FC shit got this thing in shock.
Maybe George Bush too. Maybe Bush Jr. He came out kind of the same.
GW,
Yeah,
GW.
Came out kind
maybe.
of the same. Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah. He came out looking pretty good at the end of his
I
first
mean,
term.
just the schedule and just it can't be healthy. Like the lack of sleep and just for your
I mean, he
cholesterol
had
all
Dick
this shit.
Cheney doing all that shit for him.
Yeah,
Like he just had to go with that Joe and
his
fuck up
blood pressure
some
is high,
some
man.
quotables. Like that's all he was doing.
But yeah, all right.
Came
Well,
out there and
hopefully the
started
rest of this
painting.
cast is
Yeah.
not so morbid, not so
Oh
much,
yeah, true.
so
Hey,
morbid.
actually, unfortunately, speaking of existential crises, um, how about the existential crisis of a god coming to devour your planet in like a month? Like
Get your affairs in order.
that's get your affairs,
Get your
hug your
affairs in
loved
order.
ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
To hug your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Galactus is
man.
inevitable.
That shit was crazy. So I guess like to segue, like um we watched the Fantastic Four movie. I finally saw it. I apologize, everybody. That was me. Like it's just hard to get over there, man. You know, for all the reasons we mentioned, but it's just hard to get out to go to the movies. So today I went out. I took my niece and my nephew out to the movie theater. They came and they babysat last night, so we can go out. And I finally saw the Fantastic Four movie. And like, Did you had asked earlier? He was like, when you left,
Yeah,
like
did
after
you
the
like?
movie ended, how did I like it? And I gotta say, I liked it. It was a good movie, and I liked the approach of Fantastic Four in this way. Like, it felt like I was mentioning this earlier. It felt like we had the same dilemma with Spider-Man and Superman, where it's like we know the origin, like we got it. We don't have to go through the whole thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So they threw it all in the beginning, the first 5 minutes. These guys are our heroes. This is what they do. He's stretchy. He's a rock. She's invisible powers, and he is fire. And they're awesome. And they're pregnant. And then they just moved on. Again, like you gotta appreciate that. Like, good. Like
Yeah,
we didn't
don't
need
hold our
another
hands in
origin.
the thing. We know it. Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. But yeah, I thought it was like I appreciated that. And then like you had the whole the whole idea of your world ending in that manner is crazy, dude. Like I can't. As I was watching that joint, and when they rolled up and I saw this big ass face when they made it to the ship, to the Galactus World Eater thing, bro, I'd have shot myself.
So Galactus was one of the coolest parts of the whole movie, man. Like I thought he was
100%.
done really well. Like his whole what happened to that planet when they rolled up? Was he the planet? Did he eat the planet, or did the planet transform into Galactus? Like, because remember the ship rolled up and it looked like a planet, and then it started transforming, and next thing you know, it's turning into Galactus.
No, like well, from what I saw, I think like he has a machine that like grinds the planet up essentially.
Yeah, right. So
he had this thing that was like grinding it up.
Yeah.
And then like it was like feeding all the stuff into him inside the ship.
Yeah.
So, inside of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like he doesn't like literally like take a bite out of a planet like an apple, right? Like the thing grinds up the planet, but what that thing also does is that it gives him the life force of the planet. So
yeah,
he leaves the planet in pieces, but he also leaves like husks of whatever is left of the debris that is left, because he takes all of the life force from the planet, and that's how he gets fed.
Yeah. As far as like world-ending events, I thought Galactus was done well, and I know people hate on the movie Eternals, but I thought the Celestials, I thought they were done well. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever that god was that was coming up out of the earth. Spoilers for the Eternals. You know that thing that was
like 5 years ago.
yeah. But it was like rising up out of the earth. I thought that was done well. Like you saw the scale of the threat and like what it could actually do to the planet. Any like cataclysmic thing than what like San Andreas, when the fucking everything is collapsing in, or what was the other movie? Remember where Yellowstone blew?
2012.
Dante's Peak.
Yeah, 2012. Yeah, 2012.
Yeah, like
Dante's Peak. That's old school though. That was old school. But yeah,
that's one of Claudine's favorite movies though. We watched that till night.
Dante's Peak was crazy. Yeah, Pierce Brosnan and all that. Yeah,
it was great.
But yeah, 2012 was crazy. Like any cataclysmic world-ending event like that I couldn't imagine. I just hope I would go quick. I hope I'd be the guy in the building that's falling into the chasm, and just go quick, man. Like what else could you do?
You don't even want to survive?
Damn.
He's like, I hope I get hit by a rock.
What would be left?
Take me.
What would be left? Especially in a movie like 2012. Especially like we're talking about Fantastic Four, but especially like there's not going to be anything left. You would just hope it would be quick for you.
That's real defeatist though, because they survive. Like there are people that survive.
Oh, that was such 2012. Especially 2012. That was such plot armor, man. Come on, man.
But they did survive. There were people that were survived because they wanted to live and they fought hard to live, and not all of them made it. But there were people that just took off,
like when the shit was blowing up.
Yep.
Oh man, no. He did survive though.
He wanted to live. They wanted to live.
He got his whole family and everybody out of there, man. Yeah.
Yo, fucking day after tomorrow, a fucking meteor is gonna hit the Earth, and once it hits the Earth, we're talking planet-wide destruction.
Right.
But people survived.
Where there's a will, they found a way, man. Yeah.
People survived. You gotta want to live.
Man. Fantastic Four was good. So Johnny Storm, first of all, has always been my favorite. He's my favorite out of all of them. Like, I wouldn't want to have Mr. Fantastic powers. It would be cool, but versus Johnny Storm, I mean, there's no comparison to anybody on the. You wouldn't want to be big and rocky and orange. You know what I mean?
No,
like
definitely
all the time. I want to have the flame on, flame off. I could flame it off, look regular, and still fly. I can kick ass, supernova powers. So. But I feel like a crackhead that's looking for a hit, man, with all these Marvel movies, man. Like, I liked Fantastic Four. I didn't hate it. I liked Captain America, Brave New World. I didn't hate it. I liked it. But it's just, I can't get that fix. You know what I'm talking about, fella? That fix of the end game.
I already know. Yes, that's because you keep comparing it to the peak. We got to get there.
Good movies. There have been good movies. Like, I liked Eternals. I liked Black Widow, I like them. I can't get that fix, I can't find the vein, man. Like I'm trying
Well,
to,
again,
and I just can't do it.
to be fair, again, Endgame was at the height of Marvel's
It was just the
popularity.
epitome of, I
It's
mean,
not
just the
gonna.
rush you felt watching that movie, that
It's
and
not
Infinity
gonna.
War. Like, you remember
I
at the end of Infinity War, and you were just anticipating Endgame. You were like, dude, I'm
Mhm.
gonna. That movie had
Because
already made
everybody
$1 billion
died.
at the end of Infinity War, and Endgame made $1 billion. It didn't even come
yeah
out, and it already made money.
yeah.
You know, it was
Because
just
we saw
I can't get that
everybody
fixed.
die.
I mean, Avengers Endgame. I think Avengers Endgame is still at the top for highest grossing movie of all time. If it's not, if it's Avengers Endgame is number one for highest grossing movies of
Hmm.
all time. It finally surpassed Avatar and Titanic, which held the top two spots forever. But Endgame was at the peak of Marvel's popularity. I think that it's never gonna get that. It's never gonna be like that ever again, ever.
It won't.
Like even with
I mean,
Doomsday and Secret Wars, it's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be like that ever again.
first
But
time's always the best.
And I accept that. I accept that as a fan. I'm still a fan of Marvel. I don't care if they come out with bad. Even DC. Like I'll go see DC movies. I don't care if they come out with bad projects from time to time. Like, Star Wars. They canceled the Acolyte. I don't care. I'll still watch the next Star Wars show. But I can't get that fix of what they had. But I liked Fantastic Four, man. I'm mad that they didn't integrate that world into the modern day Marvel,
By
the
the end of
overall
it,
big picture.
but they
Yeah,
will.
because
I had some of that too.
But they will.
I
They
know.
will. I know they will, but I'll be honest, I didn't know what I was expecting, but I was expecting some kind of like throughway, a clear
Follow through.
throughway, like maybe in the after credit scene, maybe after the something, at some point, like they started off. This is Earth 846 or something like that.
Right,
This is
right,
some
right.
variant Earth,
So you
right?
knew
And
it
we're
could
like,
be
okay,
another.
another universe. We got it. So how's this thread into that? But again, we got to take it as it is. The movie itself, like you said, it was good. The acting, let me say, the acting was on point. People I heard complained about Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, but I was convinced. Like
I
I'm
still
trying
was
to
not
think of the other
convinced.
ones.
I
You
still was
weren't?
not. No, no. I still was
He
not. He's
seemed,
he's a
for me,
really
Reed
really
is
good
just
actor.
smart.
He seemed
And
like
this, and he seemed extremely smart in this
yeah.
to me. And the way he
So
was explaining, this is how I think about things.
yes, so that part I totally agree with you. I think that part was textbook Reed Richards, right? Where it's like
Yeah.
where him and Sue were arguing in the nursery, where they were arguing when Sue was like, I'm
Mhm.
not going to give them Franklin, right?
Yeah, that was visceral.
And Reed's like, I'm not saying that we're going to do that. And she looks at him. He's like, but you thought about it. And he's like, yes, I thought about it. I have to think about it. I have to think about the worst possible scenarios so I
Hmm.
know how to go and fix these scenarios. So you
Right.
can't blame me for thinking about the worst possible thing. I would never let that happen, but I have to think about this because that's what I do. As the smartest
Hmm.
man in the world and probably in the galaxy, probably the
Oh
smartest
yeah,
man in the
100%.
galaxy, these are the things that have to go through my mind. I have to think of every single possibility. And so I'm like, Reed, perfect. That's Reed Richards. 100%. But that to me was the only part where it was like, okay, that's very good nailing the character. The writing helped you there, delivery helped you there. Everything else for me was like,
No.
you know, it was
Yeah.
like it was
I
fine.
guess let me say, I guess as far as Reed Richards goes, I've only read a few Fantastic Four comics. Again, not my wheelhouse, but he didn't have the nerdy kind of
He wasn't like awkward like
yeah.
not he's not well Reed isn't like awkward, but he's just
He seemed cool,
he's so a little, right? Like he's but the
but
thing
he
about
is
Reed
cool.
is that the
Old man Reed has always come off as cool to me, but he wasn't nerdy though.
the thing about Reed is that he's so
Am I
smart.
saying this right?
The thing
Mhm.
about him is that he's so smart that he is on a different, like he's just on a completely different level than everyone else. You know, like how they say, you know, don't be afraid to be the smartest man in the room. He's not afraid to be the smartest man in the room because he is always the smartest man in the room. And because he's always the smartest man in the room, it comes across, he doesn't come across as awkward, but he comes across as just being in a different world like than everyone else. Right? Like not really paying attention to what else is going on because he's always working through something in his mind to figure something out. Right? So it's like he's just in like kind of in a different level, like existentially. He's just elsewhere. And everybody else is like elsewhere in like another place. Right? And trying to keep up with him or him trying to keep up with everyone else is a detriment to the characters and how they interact. So
I definitely bought him as a genius, though. I thought he could definitely play the role of a smart tech. I'll figure out the solution guy. But he was cool. He's Pedro Pascal. How could he not be cool, man? You know?
Yeah.
I thought one part where the script kind of let me down, and I hate to get into like gender politics and all that, but it was Silver Surfer, man. Like, I don't think the script really gave her anything to do, you know? Like, she was just kind of there, like, to pass information along, you know? I thought when they decided to switch from a male to a female Silver Surfer, now I know the female one was in the comics, right? I've never read them, but I know she was there. But I thought that the other Silver Surfer in the 2005 movie, was that 2005, 2007, somewhere in there? I thought they gave him more depth, like as far as like what he feels. Like we didn't go through any kind of personal story with the Silver Surfer character. She was just there. She was cool, you know. Like remember the 2005 one where they had the chase with Johnny and he's chasing the Silver Surfer and through the subway.
He went reverse to the board.
Yeah, I don't really remember her having like a moment.
That was when
T2 information was from point A to point B and disappeared into the background.
What? What do you mean?
What did she do?
What did she do? What do you mean?
What did she do plot wise? What did she?
It's kind of like the whole records, the whole messages thing. It was like kind of a big point.
I guess.
So that's the heralds. That's their job. That's their whole job. What she did was their whole job. In fact, her part, she did more than she did more than was necessary. Not only delivering the message, but also chasing them down after Galactus is like, I want that baby.
True.
And you know, it's like you're pregnant. You're delivering this baby right now. And
Galactus was done so well, I almost didn't even believe them escaping from him. I was like, what are they going to do against this? This is like an unstoppable force, first of all. But
they did exactly the only thing they could do: go to light speed and buy themselves time.
Yeah.
So that
we talk about how dope that was.
That scene was amazing.
The Silver Surfer, and I'm not saying
they caught her in the black hole. That was crazy.
So my last point about the Silver Surfer, okay, I'm not saying that it was a problem that they switched from a man to a woman. Just in little moments, they could have gave her to like give her character some depth. Like remember in the 2005 movie where like he protected Sue Storm and they didn't have to do the same thing, but just like he was willing to, he had his own way of thinking. I don't think they gave her any depth to her character that set her aside and made her a special part of the movie. She was just to me.
Did you miss the part? Did you miss the part where they showed her origin story?
Yeah.
And did you also? There's also the part where Johnny figures out about how she is.
That was cool. But Johnny figured that out.
Yeah, Johnny figured that out, but it also added depth to her character because now it gave her motivation for doing what she did at the end of the movie, and for why she is here in the first place. So that was kind. I mean, it wasn't long and drawn. It wasn't longer or drawn out. Sure, it was kind of quick. Sure, but I feel like that was enough for this character because the focus is more on the family, on the Fantastic Four, not really so much the Silver Surfer. Like, sure, if you want more out of that, give her own movie, right? Have this be a vehicle.
I would definitely see it.
I would argue that, like, you know, back in the old one with the original old Silver Surfer, back in the what year was that? 2004?
2005.
2005, like Fast and Forward, like that Silver Surfer didn't seem like a Silver Surfer should be at all. Like he was flirting with Sue Storm, like that. That was like
Oh
that was
man,
kind of weird. Like that whole thing was just kind of like
a
out
little
of
too
pocket.
relatable.
Yeah, it was like it
As
was
an
a
alien,
really
yeah.
like, and like so to me that I mean I was just taking it in. I didn't really have any critiques, but in comparison, I guess my main thing is that it's fine. Like they're just I think the characters are just really different, and like you said, it's not any hit on this on this Silver Surfer or the other one. It's just I think the characters were portrayed really different. I definitely think she definitely had a good story. Like I think the whole translation of Johnny translating her language was in order to connect with her and then
And through
explain to
that,
her, and not that she already knew. Remember, she came in with empathy. Like she came in with like I feel like the other Silver Surfer didn't really have the empathy. He was just like, look, y'all about to die.
he
Yeah.
protected.
I'll be
Sue
back.
Storm.
You know what I'm saying?
Empathy.
But and I haven't
Protected
seen it in a while. I haven't seen it
he
in a while.
protected her from them trying to kill him. They were trying to attack him, and he shielded her.
No. I mean for the planet, not just Sue Storm. I mean like for the planet. Like she felt bad that Galactus was coming for this world, and she knew she couldn't do anything about it. So she gave them the only blessing she could, and that was like I think in a way, and especially using the term blessing, that for me at least that was a huge aspect of her character, which was like. It's just showing that much intention of goodwill and to take the time to have the conversation, at all was like
to give Johnny the warning that she gave him at first, and then explain it later, but like to give him that warning that she gave him because there's things you have to focus on. So that whole part where she comes and delivers the message, I thought that part was fantastic. No pun intended, or sure intended.
Yeah,
I thought that part was really well done. I thought that part was really well done because I'm like, okay, Silver Surfer is delivering the message as the Herald of Galactus, saying he is coming. You only have so much time. I'm not going to tell you how much time you have, but it's soon, right? So then she also right before she delivers the message, she asked the Fantastic Four, she's like, "Are you the champions of this world?" And Reed's like, "We are." So she saw that these 4 individuals were the protectors of this planet, and then one of them flies up to her as she's going into space, and she could have just light speed out, right? Yeah. Like, right? But she stuck around when he grabs the surfboard. She stuck around long enough to tell him the message. The only way she knew how tell him the message. Die with yours, right? That's what it translated to. Die with yours.
Mm-hmm.
And she took off. She didn't have to do that at all, but she knew this individual was one of the 4 champions of this planet. Maybe this individual could do something with this information, protect the planet harder. I don't know. We didn't figure that Johnny of all people was gonna fucking translate the entire language through that one phrase, right? But like. That I think there's a lot. There was that whole scene with that message, like there's so much nuance within that message that I felt like the depth was all there all the time. And I also got to say I think the Silver Surfer had the best parts in the whole movie, right? The light speed chase was amazing.
That was
that part
crazy.
Was so fucking good.
that whole space scene was cool. That whole scene, that whole sequence.
That part was crazy. And then there was also the motivation behind that part too, where again, Galactus like, I want that baby. You pregnant? You having this baby right now. And then he's like, Surfer, get them. Right? And she's like, okay. But she's like, but it's just a baby. He's like, I don't care. I want that baby. Get them. And then fucking Silver Surfer is like fucking like reaching inside Sue and about to pull Franklin out of her. And I'm like, whoa,
Speaking of babies, Speaking of babies, we all we're talking about our love of our kids at the beginning of the cast, and how we want them to be set up and well. Like this movie, I think they asked a very interesting question. The way the world was set up is like, because if all it takes is this one child to save a planet, is that fair? Is that fair, gentlemen? Right? Like, because do you feel like Reed and Sue not? Because if I'm the world and they show up and they show me footage of Galactus eating planets, and all he wants is your child, and he'll leave ours, that's a very interesting question.
Give him that baby.
It's a question that
Where the baby?
It's a question that everyone who's
where's that baby
that's watching this movie could understand, right? Like, what is your child worth that many?
The world.
The world, It's
but that's the question.
I'm looking at them like, bruh.
Hells yeah. My child
we hear it all the time.
Right here.
We hear it all the time. My child means the world to me.
My child is staying right here.
Is everything. Like the expressions we have of love for our children is like it's kind of doesn't have words.
It's beyond the world.
And they address this question in the movie, So I thought that was cool.
And to others, I understand people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I understand people on the outside being like, angry, okay, like, scared. Hey, yeah, what's up? Why is this one kid so important that we all got die? But like,
I thought they were going to have like some people
their decision
or something, some other superheroes, minor superheroes or something,
So like and like that's definitely well said too, where it's like the motivation. I felt like that motivation was huge in this movie. It brought the movie to another level for me, right? Because I was kind of expecting, like, I was enjoying the movie so far, and then when that happened, I was like, oh shit!
Yeah.
I was like,
oh shit! Yeah.
I did too.
It was an oh shit
everything.
moment, right? It was an oh shit
Very
moment, and also, D, to your point, it does force you to ask the question, because us all being fathers, you're like, oh shit, what would I do?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, oh no, I agree with Reed and Sue. I'm like, hell no, you cannot have my child, right? But then Reed and Sue, when she gave her speech, she addresses that very point where she's like, I will not sacrifice my son for this world, but I will also not sacrifice this world for my son. So we're going to try to work to make it so that everyone can live.
Yeah.
Right. And like, you have to appreciate the position. Like in this universe, the Fantastic Four have like a position of royalty, it seems like.
Yes.
Like they're not just worshipped. Like superheroes like Spider-Man or Captain America.
Right.
They are worshipped. They are beloved by everyone in the world, it seems like. They have saved apparently the world a number of times, especially after this event. And like, so and apparently they have the integrity to back it up, right? And that's kind of like something that we haven't really, we don't experience in real life, and that's like the beauty of comics and the beauty of like media like this, is because you have a higher ideal to strive towards. But also, like, we haven't seen that kind of ideal in the main universe.
Yeah.
Like the main universe doesn't have anything like that. Like every corner, every decision is questioned, every hero is questioned. Like, so just like just seeing them and how the people, she gave that speech, and the way everybody was like, okay, yeah, that's what we needed to hear.
Okay.
And the way she understood that that's what they needed to hear.
Yeah,
I thought it was like phenomenal. Like,
they are the strongest heroes. I mean, we didn't see.
They also don't have the internet on that world, it seems like.
Yeah.
Well, it's
I like the aesthetic of the world, though. I thought it was.
Oh, cool. It looked. I like that retro futuristic look. I thought it was really
so cool.
Visually, I thought visually, in general, the movie was just top notch.
Like the combination of like having a record player recording like intergalactic speech, and then a faster than light machine. Flying cars. A robot that hovers.
School. Yeah.
Like the robot hovers but has a tape deck in his head. Yeah, and it's like, it's crazy. Like it's like so retro. The retro futuristic aspect is they did it perfectly. It was
really
so cool.
Great. It was really great, like set design, because it's like this not only takes place in a different universe, but it takes place in a different time period as well. So we're messing with time and space, and in this regard, which is why I'm excited for when they break into the MCU current time in our universe, it's going to be very different for them, right? They're super powerful, and shit, they also created Reed and Sue created the most powerful being in the universe by far.
I was waiting for it, man. I was waiting for it. I was like, I can't wait till they transition from the. And I thought it was going to come at the end. Like I remember before the movie came out, people had a problem with like the way they showed Galactus's size when he's walking through New York. And they showed his
That makes
footsteps
sense.
in the trailer.
I had a problem with that, but
I
yeah.
almost did not buy them sucking him into that little portal thing because, I mean, how would you get Galactus, this world and machine grinding thing, exactly to a point where you wanted him in the city? I thought that was a little bit cheesy, Like I thought that they were going to get caught up in the portal somehow, and they were going to transition to the Thunderbolts universe. But
they tried to do a switcheroo. It didn't work.
No, I think like that. I thought they were going to do like he's right. Like that original plan. Like we have this thing here. He won't see these giant triangle pillars. We won't see it. Don't worry, guys.
He's got to cross this.
We put a blanket over it. He'll never see it. Yeah, this colored line. And he put his foot up to that. It was like, yeah, no. And he turned. It was like, over here. I thought like Reed Richards would have been smart enough to anticipate that and actually have the teleportation set up
somewhere
over
else.
at the tower.
Yeah.
And that was at the double switch. But no, it was.
But I don't know. Thinking about how this man's head worked. But look at the circumstances that they had to work with. Silver Surfer had destroyed all the other teleporting points. If they had enough time to build more, maybe he could have had one like hidden in the Baxter building. But still, they had nothing to work with. They only had the one portal left, and that's after. Stopping the Silver Surfer from destroying that last one, and they only had they were also fighting against time because Galactus was already on the planet, and they were like, okay, we can only do this, and this is all we got, and we only have 37 seconds to do it, and the baby is in the tower. We gotta hope he doesn't see the baby from his super tall fucking height, but we gotta hope. We got to hope that he doesn't see it. And so there was a lot that was working against them. And even I think Reed, he's not a person that likes to, just go with the flow. But he had to. They had to. And
they had to start improvising.
Yeah.
Yo, but real talk, Sue. No, I don't know. Wait, do I believe that? Look, Sue Storm is incredibly powerful. Everybody knows that. She is strong as fuck. And to shove Galactus back, I'll chalk that up to OP power as a mama for her baby.
Plus motherhood, that's what I was about to
plus
say.
Motherhood, that's the coefficient of okay, fine. I'll allow it, bro. I'll allow it. That's one of those plot devices where it's you can do that. That's a plot armor you can use.
Yeah,
a mom will do anything for her baby is the same as I will have revenge for you killing my father.
Yeah,
you can do anything.
It's unbelievable.
You can do anything.
You're watching it and you're watching the whole time and you're like, it's unbelievable. This is not the way it's supposed to happen. But you know what? Circumstance-wise, context, we've got it all now. Keep going.
Drag that son bitch into the portal.
I guess I could buy it. If they got Galactus to step foot in the city and he's on that scale, that size, and she can produce force fields, I could kind of buy. I mean, because if he was like a celestial being, I wouldn't.
He was far smaller than celestial.
Force field the whole planet, but she pushed him back, and it was cool. I'll say that's my problem with Marvel. Not that I didn't hate it. I liked Fantastic Four, but there seems to be a lack of overall coherent vision, right? Because remember in Doctor Strange where they had that whole, another Earth they went to, and Doctor Strange ends up there, and it's Reed Richards and who else was there? Professor Xavier, and and then, who didn't get excited when they saw that? We're like, let's, and that was years ago. So now we're here. We're here at Fantastic Four First Steps, and they still didn't expand upon the whole overall vision. They did in Thunderbolt. I'll give them credit for that. But here in the latest movie, they didn't. It just kind of ended with what it is, and it's come on, Marvel, y'all got to do better at getting us into like tell these stories with a carrot at the end, you know, like to get me, because they're like comic books. You want us to read the next issue. You want us to go see the next movie. Give me a carrot.
Leave us on the cliffhanger.
Yeah, like just something. And they kind of did with the whole Doctor Doom thing at
that
the
was,
end.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that was kind of.
And then they said this will be concluded in Avengers Doom War or Doomsday. So it's okay.
I can't.
That was it.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but they're actually. This is the first time in a long time. Stop.
I don't even know what y'all laughing at.
Newly converted.
This is the
welcome
first time,
back to the faith.
This is the first. This is the first time.
Once we lost.
This is the first time in a long time. This is the first time in a long time where it seems like they have a fucking actual connectivity with ideas. I feel like there's an actual narrative developing now. There's a lot that you might have to reach for or kind of like understand, but I see it. I see it now. Like basically just let's talk about that post-credit scene. I thought that post-credit scene was terrible, but it also asked a lot. It also asked a lot of questions. It also forced me to ask a lot of questions. So like with Doom showing up, right? So okay, let me back up a little bit. Franklin, we know, is the most powerful being in the universe. He will survive past the end of time. He will become like top celestial. We all know this. And there's only one of him, right? There's no other Franklin Richards in all of the multiverses. So Franklin is in the picture now. Franklin is going to be the impetus for Secret Wars. And I feel like Doom showing up with Franklin, Doom showing up all of a sudden in the Baxter building with playing with Franklin is going to be the start of all of this mess, right? So Franklin is now the most powerful being, and he is also the most important in the MCU as a whole. When Doom showing up, I feel like what's about to happen is that the Fantastic Four, or just Sue, is going to fight Doctor Doom in the Baxter building. They're going to lose, and as a result, Doom is going to take Franklin and shuttle him off to MCU current timeline. So I believe that ship in the Thunderbolts is not the Fantastic Four showing up. It's Doom and Franklin on that ship. Or
that could be kind of cool.
Or Doom and Franklin come to the MCU because Franklin can do anything. And that is the Fantastic Four coming after them. Coming to the MCU, and that's how they get integrated into the MCU, and that's why they're going to be very important in the events that follow, so that Secret Wars can happen, and then the reboot of the entire MCU will take place.
That would solve the problem.
That's solid.
Your theory, that would solve the problem, because I like Doom, but I thought if they would have done something to integrate the Fantastic Four into the Thunderbolts and give us the Doom, would have helped strengthen my resolve that I'm going to see. I'm going to see the next movie that comes out, but I thought it would have made me personally a little more excited for it. But they saved it with the Doom. But I like your theory though. I like that. It could be Franklin.
I feel like that's Franklin is now the most important character in the MCU. Like it's all gonna be the fight for him, right? He's still a child right now, but even as a child, he can do anything. The fight for him, that's the whole impetus for Secret Wars, because they're basically trading him for the Beyonder in the comics. So I feel like this is exactly the direction they're going in, and I feel like that theory, strong enough as it may be, if it's even close to that, then that's why I feel like that there is actual connective tissue now with the narrative. Incorporating the Fantastic Four in that way, the stakes are the highest they've ever been for the entire universe, for all the universes. With that boy coming into the MCU under Doom and not under the Fantastic Four. Oh.
Yeah, that's whole.
I like your theory.
That's universe ending. That's multiverse ending stakes right there. Right.
But I don't know. They definitely didn't show us the threat of Franklin. We're told, but they didn't show. I felt
Franklin literally brought his mom back to life.
She was dead.
She
was
literally
past
brought
30
her mom.
seconds.
He literally brought his mom back to life.
He just looked like a cute baby, you know, like they didn't
He
really
was a
show
little baby.
He was a weird looking baby,
celestial.
but
Yeah, I was like,
AI
okay,
baby.
I was wait, yeah, I was like, is this AI, CGI,
It's
or
AI
we got a
baby.
real baby?
It's
It's
AI.
AI baby.
It was interchangeable. CGI,
Yeah,
AI,
some scenes it
and
was
real.
actually a baby, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But that last scene, I was like,
Yeah,
baby
it's
look weird.
AI baby. Really weird.
Some
The movie looked good, man.
weird
Are you
babies, radars
so
going
speaking
on.
of the Doom
Some weird
thing?
baby.
Are you more excited because you know it's Robert Downey Jr. or are you less excited because you know it's
I'm
Robert
kind
Downey?
of.
Like
I'm kind of the same.
I kind of can't decide. Like
I wish
okay, I
I
know that.
And
didn't
you don't
know,
see his face.
but
I wish
I
I
do
didn't know
know.
too.
You don't see his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, I wish I didn't know. Not
wish I
because I'm
didn't either.
looking for him now. That's
'Cause
the
you would
thing.
just be
That's the
Doom.
problem. I'm looking for him now. So like they're definitely playing hide the Robert Downey Jr. right now.
Yeah, like
Right? They're
where's
playing
Robert?
hide the RDJ.
Yeah.
But like
The
that's because I
RDJ,
was like,
yeah.
oh, they're gonna show his face. No, they didn't show his face. Like, but
All right.
yeah, man. I wish I didn't know. But
Yeah, because I would go see it regardless. I mean, it's Doom. Like, of course, you're going to
yeah,
go see it.
Doom. Of course,
So,
Doom. Hell, Doom wear a mask all the time. I'd rather
What
you
is-
just live with his mask on.
what's the next
Just put
Marvel
on a good
project?
performance.
The next Marvel movie is next year. It's Spider-Man.
Yep. I heard they finished shooting somewhere in Germany or
I
something.
don't know if they're finished, but they're close.
Yeah,
What Spider-Man is this? What's it called?
Brand New Day.
Brand New Day.
Oh, okay.
So they said, what's his name? Supposed to be like one of the highest paid actors off this movie. Who's the guy who plays Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There was
$350 million or something like that.
no way.
It's something crazy like that.
Nah, 20 million. 20. He's getting paid 20 million, which is like Robert Downey Jr. like Iron Man 3 on money. So, but yeah, it worked the same way. I think through all the Spider-Man movies he did, it worked the same way, like as it did for like RDJ and like really anyone else that signs on for a franchise. Like the first Spider-Man movie he did, actually no, Civil War in his first appearance he only got paid like $350,000.
Right. Yeah.
And
I
then
saw
it,
that.
and
Yeah.
then it
wow.
steadily went up. It started steadily going up, and then for No Way Home he got paid $10 million, and now he's getting paid $20 million. So
Okay.
So it pays
Locking
to
him
be a
in.
superhero, man.
it pays in
to be
dividends. It pays in dividends if you sign on for a franchise. You don't get money. You don't get a lot of money up front, even though that's a lot of money to me. But,
Yeah.
but you don't get a lot of
let me
money
get a
up
little
front,
bit of that.
and then if you make it through all of those movies, it does well. You get paid. You get paid mad money. It was the same with like Jennifer Lawrence for the Hunger Games movies.
And
First movie
it
she
helps
made
the
like less than $1
studios too
million.
because everybody wants to see the same character. Like they want to see the progression of the actor. So it's business. It's business, man. You want me back or you want to cast
That's
a new
the business
person?
model.
Yeah.
But
So I just want to last thing. I just want to bring back like. So what do y'all think about Ben Grimm?
I love them.
About the thing?
Cheesy to
them.
me. I
love
kept
them.
waiting for them to catch up to modern day.
I
I
love
kept
them.
waiting for them to catch up to modern day, man.
I love them.
I thought they were throwing us for a loop with the whole retro kind of thing. I was like, okay, especially at the end of Thunderbolts, they definitely dangled a carrot that just didn't pay off in this movie. They saved it with the whole Doom thing, but I thought Ben looked cheesy, like
cheesy, really?
just with the whole eyebrows and the.
That's perfect. That was perfect.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's how
It
he
looked
looks.
a little bit too. I can't believe I'm saying this is cartoony. Like I thought the
He's
old
a rock guy. He
That's
doesn't have
literally
his
very
design.
many features.
maybe
He's
it was
got like
like
a rock.
eyebrows, man. I wish we had a picture to pull up of him. Like him versus the old guy.
I have to pull something.
Oh, you saw the movie, right? There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
That's the picture.
They had the eyebrows and his head was shaped weird. I know he's made of rock. I know, but
I thought
Honestly, I need to go back and look at all the other Ben Grimms. But as far
He's
as
the
character
worst.
goes, personality, I loved him, man. Like he was great. He was a
nailed the
big
role.
pull for me.
you
Yeah.
you guys wouldn't want to be Ben Grimm. if you could choose a superhero to be, you wouldn't be Ben Grimm. He'd be at the bottom.
Nah, I'll be good.
He doesn't even want to be. He doesn't even want to be Ben
nobody
Grimm.
wants to be Ben Grimm.
But so
Right,
so talking about that.
yeah,
But the thing, so talking about that, the reason why I like this version of the Thing so much more than others, not just because of the way he looks and the way he acted, but the whole thing about the Thing is that he's always on Reed's ass. He's like, "Hey, Reed, you know, you did this to me. You got a cure? What the fuck? I've been waiting." And Reed's like, "Ben, just calm down. I'm working on it. Don't worry. I'll get you that cure." He's like, "Well, I'm fucking waiting. I'm still a fucking rock creature. Woe is me."
Yeah, like
right. But this time, in this iteration, he's not. He's accepted it. He's accepted it. He's not concerned.
Which I liked better.
He's not concerned. He's not concerned about Reed finding him a cure. He knows his friend is going to pull through for him in the end. And with
that's
nuance,
still his humanity, you know.
But you could tell even with like one look and one phrase.
Oh wait, not this one.
You could tell that he still, of course, longs to be able to be human, like look like his human form again. Just one look and one phrase, with him looking at the TV screen and looking at the whole when they were about to go into space, you know, origin-wise, they were about to go into space, and Reed's like, you know, it's the best pilot in the galaxy, and then he's like the best looking, maybe, right? Like,
the one in the middle.
Like,
that's
I'm trying to put it up, but there we go.
That's from the 2015.
So this is a 3, and look, at it compared the 3 of them. This one looks the best.
The best
because of computer effects and the technology, but I don't know. Like the one on the far left, if you're gonna just go ahead and do the suit, it's like Hellboy, right? Like you remember they CGI'd the Hellboy. So remember, Ron Perlman was in the first couple movies, Hellboy, right? They had a whole suit. They painted him, and then the next movie came out in like 2018, and he was like CGI'd Hellboy, and it just didn't look right. You know what I mean? I don't know. Sometimes
they did do the suit
are better.
But it just was ugly.
That just looks like a pile of rock. Like, you know,
the one on the left, that was him in a suit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was him in a suit, and that
which is fine. It looks okay.
It
looked alright.
I think it looks like shit.
No, I think it looks fine. Real talk, for what it was. Yes, true.
But
the one on the left just looks like the one on the far right just looks iconic. It looks like the Ben Grimm we know in the comics. Yeah.
But he's got on a sweater.
That brow.
I don't. He's a big rock man.
He's got a
sweater on.
He's got a.
You know.
He wears.
It's like the Hulk having on a. It's like the Hulk having on a button-up shirt. Come on. I don't need you with a button-up shirt on.
He has a Hawaiian shirt. What are you talking about?
You never seen the Hulk? You never seen the Hulk as
the Hulk rocking the Hawaiian shirt?
Well, yes, that's okay. I get it. You know, it looked a little more comic book, but not intimidating. You know.
That's kind of always the goal for the heroes. The heroes aren't always trying to be intimidating.
You can't tell me that Ron Perlman didn't look better than the other Hellboy with that had all the CGI. You know.
Did.
I agree, 100%.
But you also had Guillermo del Toro behind those movies, who his art department are fucking wizards.
Blade 2 and all that,
You know,
real talk. Like everything in Hellboy with Ron Perlman, anything Guillermo del Toro did was those monsters looked better.
Oh my
god! Everything was just better. The story was better. Like it was just better.
Effects.
All right.
Yeah, who was
mostly practical effects?
Samuel?
Yeah, mostly practical effects.
The first one?
Yeah. Mostly
He's
practical
like
effects.
His claw, you can tell it was a big suit.
It looked so good. Like I remember Guillermo del Toro even went so far. There was one part where you remember Charlie from It's Always Sunny. He played one of the scientists, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
so like they were in Pacific Rim. They were underground when the part where the two scientists were underground, and like all the people didn't realize that he was like one of the scientists that was working on the Jaeger, and they like they push. So I think they push him down, and the glasses fly off his face, and you see the glasses like mad close to the camera. So you think that's just a trick of the camera? You think the camera is just like real close to the glasses and giving perspective to how far away he is? Nah. My man Guillermo del Toro told his art department to create a gigantic pair of glasses and put them on the ground so that the camera wouldn't have to move
What?
to
That's
achieve that
crazy.
shot. Go look at the behind the scenes of that shit. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, that's crazy. It was a gigantic
like, "All right,
pair
boss."
of glasses that he puts at a certain angle to make it look like, oh, it's just the camera zoomed in mad close on the glasses and you see the people way back there. Nope. It was a gigantic pair of glasses so the camera could be as far back to achieve the shot. And I'm like, what? That seems unnecessary, but I like it.
Guillermo del Toro is probably one of the best guys to touch.
He
anything,
is.
Just because of his vision for his movie. I mean, my introduction to him was Pan's Labyrinth. Remember that movie back in the day?
That movie
was, it was kind of like I couldn't tell you the plot right now, but I saw it and just the monsters were cool, and I can't tell what was the next movie. Maybe Blade 2 came out. I don't know which one came first. Was Pacific Rim or
he did Mimic. He did Mimic first.
Mimic was awesome. Mimic was tight.
Mimic.
He did Mimic.
Yeah, with the giant roaches and the fucking dog. That was my fucking movie, man. Honestly, I didn't know that was him, but you know what?
That was him.
That definitely makes sense. I knew I loved the movie for a reason.
And then he did Pan's Labyrinth. No. He did Blade 2.
You might be right. Yeah, maybe Pan's Labyrinth came out after Mimic.
Yeah.
I remember Mimic was the late 90s, right?
Yeah, Mimic was like 99, I think.
Yeah,
and
98, 99, yeah.
Blade 2 came out before Pan's Labyrinth. It was like a year before, I think. And then we follow up with Hellboy 2, Shape of Water, and so on. So
yeah, that guy's awesome, man. But I thought Ben looked a little cheesy here, a little bit, with the sweater and all that. You might as well put like a button-up shirt and a tie on.
He looks the most iconic here in this one than any of the others.
And I thought him wrestling with his humanity and wanting to be human again. That's fine for him, because he's big and rocky. Like he can't feel.
We gotta remember though.
It's like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where Alphonse is trapped in the armor, right? Like you can't feel anything. I'm not human. I can't be with a woman. I can't feel a light touch. I can't touch my girl. I don't want to have big rocky hands and shit.
But it's one of those things. It's one of those things about stressing the origin. Look, we fucking get it. Let it go. Like he's let it go.
But everybody,
he's been like this for a long time at this point.
He's the one.
Like he's been like this for years at this point.
But exactly.
At this point, for him to keep badgering Reed would have been like bad. That'd have been some bullshit. Yeah, he'd have been an asshole at that point. Because at this point, there's nothing to do about it. So Reed already blames himself. At this point, it's like about acceptance and moving on. If somebody wrongs you,
I was just gonna say, even in that conversation that they were having, where he could have easily just said, because Reed was like, "Listen, I'm working on something for you," and he's like, "Look, don't worry about it." He's like, and besides, you're not the smartest guy in the world. You know how to drive a car, right? He immediately like pivoted to something else because he's like, I'm good. I've accepted this. So that shows just throughout the movies themselves or the character's history, that shows so much growth for the character, which is another reason why I love this version of the character, because he finally just accepted it. He is going to be this way for a while.
And he's excited. He's going to be an uncle. He has no worry. He's not scared about... You saw him he was cooking. He was doing all the things. He's used to the way he was handling those cookies.
He was dependable.
He's
capable.
Used to it now. He's accepted his place. I feel like this is a thing that's accepted, his role. He's out here
I thought there was always a tragicness to certain characters, like Ben Grimm.
That's not missing.
Like
missing.
Rogue from X-Men, right? There's a part of their thing that's cool. You're big and rocky. You're a mutant. You can absorb people's powers, but there's a lessening of your humanity because of what you can't do, and I thought that was kind of missing here because he accepted it, and that's fine that he accepted it, but imagine wiping the big rocky ass, not to get nasty, right? But if your ass is made of rock, You know what I mean? You know how much
I don't even
toilet
know how
tissue that's
that
gonna
works.
take?
Bro, I mean, I'm
You gotta
assuming
pad that
it's
shit. You might as well have like a loofah or something. You couldn't even use toilet tissue, man.
probably
You
got
got
steel
Hey,
wool. You know what I'm
he's
saying? But it's
probably.
all
yeah,
good, man.
I'm
It's
sure
fine.
by
Don't worry
yeah,
now.
about
I'm
it.
still
sure by
wool,
now
man.
he's figured it out. I'm
Yeah,
sure by
Yeah,
Brillo
now.
he's
pad.
fine.
I'm sure by now he's figured it out.
What do they call that thing? A bidet? He's probably got a bidet. Yeah, you know that little
Hey,
thing that
hey,
Everyone
cleans
should have a
water.
bidet.
everybody should have a bidet.
Everyone needs to have a bidet in their household. Saying it
Right.
right now. Everyone needs to have a bidet in their
I
household.
don't. You know what? Never trust bidets because isn't it toilet water? So it's like toilet water, so, right? So they're
No,
spraying
it's the
toilet water
clean.
on your ass.
No,
You
it's
know.
the clean water from the tank.
It's a tank
I,
water, not
I
the
see.
It's
I've
the
toilet
never
water.
tank
used
water.
one, but I've heard amazing things about them.
You need to get one.
Yeah,
There is one in every single bathroom in my house.
like
I
get
will.
a
I need to go
Amazon.
ahead.
You
I
can
need
get
to
it
go
on
ahead and
Amazon.
upgrade.
I could sell you a
Real
bidet
talk.
right now.
Say,
I can sell you a
I got
bidet
yo, I
right
got
now.
one
Like, yo, I
right
got
here.
one right over
Yeah, I
here.
might buy one of
I
them.
got one right here. You know what you talking about?
Every single individual needs a bidet in their household. We've been
Yeah.
doing it wrong. We've been doing it wrong.
Yeah, America
gonna-
had it wrong
That's
for a long
pampers right
time.
there, man.
Hey, and I
Frank
need to
is
get on
pampers,
that.
man.
I've heard so many good things.
It's
Yeah.
life changing. I'm serious.
hmm
Life hack, life changing, whatever you want to call it. Game changer.
Hey,
Game
All right,
Frank,
back to
that's
topic. All
pamper.
right.
That's the level of pamperness, that I haven't experienced yet, man. Like
It's not
you got
pamperedness, man. It's
living
about
good over there,
it's
man.
about
Considering the
proper
rest of the
hygiene.
world,
It's about
considering the
proper
rest of the
hygiene.
world probably like does
Are you gonna
better
what like
than
like
America.
would you trust your ass to be clean? This is the last thing I'm gonna say, I promise. Would you trust your ass to be clean with a piece of dry toilet paper or a bunched up dry toilet paper? Or would you wash your
Of
ass
course, yeah.
first
Watch it. Yeah.
and then use less toilet paper to take care of what you need to take care of?
Hey, because nobody wants to have mud butt. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have that. So
And it's still
If there are
possible
any
with dry
advertisers
toilet
who
paper.
right.
anybody who wants some advertising for the day though, and tells an idea talkers are,
sponsor us.
you know what I'm saying? Hey,
But yeah, man.
what is y'all? Not just a fan, I'm a customer too.
Right. I'm also a client.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Also a client.
Are we all done with Fantastic Four? Last thing I'll say about the movie is I'm excited for every other Marvel project to come out. Come on, man, take my money. You already know I'm a fan. Like I might like a movie more than others. I might miss the end game times, but I'm still here. I still went to see Fantastic Four. Still went to see Thunderbolts. I'm still here, man.
I did want to say, did you guys hear about the rumors that have been coming out with Doomsday? Apparently, two big actors are fighting on
I
set.
did
Oh,
hear.
that's right. I did mean to ask y'all about that.
To quit or something?
Wait,
Something
what?
along those lines?
Wait, what?
I saw an article.
No, he ain't quit. That's crazy.
He's making way too much money to quit. There's no way.
I don't know.
So what's he gonna do? You gonna go back to Tropic Thunder? What are you going?
I watched Tropic Thunder recently.
Where you gonna go?
That shit was funny, but it would never work nowadays. You could never do it.
I think.
I don't know
anyway,
why.
like,
it still works.
I did hear about that, and I was curious, man. Like, I meant to ask you guys about it. Like, so I heard it was Robert Downey Jr. and Ryan Reynolds.
So that's
what y'all heard.
Yes.
Something with Deadpool.
That's one of the. So that's one of the rumors, but apparently that is false. Apparently,
okay.
It's RDJ.
I believed it.
It's RDJ. So Ryan Reynolds and RDJ apparently have not even met on set yet. I don't think they've even met in person generally. So
I ain't gonna lie, like Ryan Reynolds seems like a person that would get on my nerves.
Oh yeah.
Like in real life. So I'll be like, okay. But that's why I believed it almost immediately. But okay.
But apparently it's RDJ and Pedro Pascal. So it's Pedro Pascal. That's that
nigga is handsy out here.
That's why. Apparently that's why he's real handsy on set. He's touching all these girls. He's touching all these girls inappropriately on set. And that's
girls. I thought it was touching guys. Like he's touching everybody out here.
It could be both. But you see how
he's a handsy dude.
See how comfortable he is with Vanessa Kirby? Like super comfortable. But it's like, yo, like so apparently RDJ said something. It seems like he said something or he brought it to somebody's attention, maybe like one of the executives, and then somebody told Pedro Pascal's agent to tell him, and apparently, so that's where the rumor is with the beef on set with the two actors. Just wanted to clarify, but yeah, that's.
I bet you stuff like that happens all the time because these actors are spoiled. You know, the egos come into play. I'm the top notch. I'm getting paid this. I'm the man here. I bet you stuff like that happens
to a degree.
This is also,
and they look so chummy in the the press conferences and the hype up and the ads and everything. And I bet you there's beefs behind the scenes all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure there are. I think this is rare though because this is so high profile now with like Marvel, right? Like,
I heard it almost got physical, which is I think is rare.
Yeah,
like where they literally about to drag out.
Yeah, and apparently that RDJ doesn't want to shoot any scenes with the individual in question. So I'm like, and I was thinking, I'm like, if it was Ryan Reynolds, I see it. I do, because apparently he's notoriously an asshole on set too.
And that's also his caricature kind of plays into that. His smarminess as Deadpool and him. Every he plays is like this smarmy kind of backtalker.
He's just Ryan Reynolds in every fucking movie he's.
That's who he is.
He doesn't change anything. He doesn't act. He's just himself. Which is sometimes the best actor, right? Like
arguably Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. carved out a niche for himself.
Yeah, Denzel,
like, just himself, right? Like so. Unfortunately, Ryan Reynolds himself is a fucking asshole. He's notoriously like that on set, but because he's like the star and they what do they call it? Marvel Jesus, right? Like they're calling the joke was that Robert Downey Jr. is joking like he's Marvel Jesus because it wasn't for him and his movie this would all not exist, but then Deadpool refers to himself as Marvel Jesus. Yeah, so they resurrect him as a villain, but Deadpool refers to himself as Marvel Jesus, so that's kind of like who's competing for the rightful title of Marvel Jesus.
A couple years ago, you heard who's the guy who plays American Psycho, Batman, Christian Bale. When he blew up on the camera, there was some lighting guy. Some guy like walked through his lighting. This was years ago. It's like
I remember that though.
Yeah. And he blew the fuck up on this guy. Like, you're fucking unprofessional. The fuck, I bet you that type of shit happens all the time. These actors are probably pricks. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of spoiled and your ego plays a part. I'm Ryan Reynolds and I'm RDJ.
They're also extremely emotional. Like,
and it's hard to stay grounded in humanity. You kind of get, or not humanity, but kind of grounded in, I'm just a person. You kind of get.
I mean, have you ever had to
I get it.
Have you ever wrote something and fucked up something and I had to rewrite it? Do you ever wrote I don't know, you were working on something, you wrote an email and you didn't send it or something happened and you have to rewrite it, and how frustrating that shit is? Because you had a perfect the first time. Imagine being an actor pouring your soul into a scene, right? And then some nigga walk through your light.
Somebody walks.
Somebody bops through the camera and shit.
Somebody puts a cell phone. Somebody puts a cell phone on the table in a period piece or some shit.
Yeah,
and fucks up the whole scene.
What the? Damn, I'll be frustrated too.
But it was just weird to hear it. It was weird to hear it. Like you heard the vitriol in his. And he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't shut the fuck up. It's like, okay, man, we get it. The guy's an asshole. He fucked up. The fucking unprofessional. How the fuck did you get this job? Damn, bro.
These actors, especially because they live in a different world.
They do. They do.
It was funny though. That was hilarious. You
say no racist.
I am excited for. I know there's a couple movies. The Odyssey is that the movie that's coming out? That looks pretty cool. Is that next year?
Next year.
I don't know. I haven't seen enough about it.
But I know my man's in Spider-Man's in Tom Holland. He's getting paid.
And apparently Burtonthal, whatever.
John Bernthal,
Punisher.
Yeah, he's a great actor too. That dude's great.
No, he's not. I'm sorry, guys.
John Bernthal's let me go back. Cool? You don't like John Bernthal's acting? I'm not talking about as far as a person, but his acting.
He's not a great actor. He is him in every scene, every movie, all the time. It's just him. He's Shane. And Punisher, it's the same fucking person. He was Shane in that scene we saw in the
He's
trailer
carved out
for the Odyssey. He was just the same dude.
He's carved out a niche for himself. You know, that's.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
And maybe
but
that's the.
here's
Hollywood
where
way.
he really
You know,
frustrates me.
Or is it
in The
lazy?
Punisher, where he's doing his action scenes and he does that weird grunt. That shit, I cringe every time. I'm like, oh, dude, stop.
He was cool. He was cool with Shane.
Stop.
The show lost something when they killed Shane off. I know that's the story, but the show lost something when his character left there. You know, but
he launched him off though.
And
I can't stand that fucking sound he makes. He needs to stop that shit.
Coming out? Avatar, Ash and Fire. Is that it? Fire and Ash. Yeah. That looks. Of course, take my money. Yeah, and
all I know is that main chick in there, the Avatar Fire lady.
Mm-hmm.
When I seen her, I was like, "Oh, that bitch crazy."
Crazy.
Like
the eyes.
That's a one. There's something in the eyes.
It's the
There's
eyes.
something the way like she made an expression in one scene, and I was like, "Oh no, this bitch so crazy!" Like
she's crazy.
I was concerned. I was like, "Oh, she's gonna fuck somebody up." Like that bitch is it's just gonna be wild. She's gonna do some fucked up shit. Cause she seemed like she was having too much fun in a bad situation. So I don't know. That's all I took from that trailer.
I
was like, oh no.
Hey, we've all seen the second movie, but I feel like something bad's gonna happen to Jake Sully, man. I just don't have a good feeling about Jake. He survived the second movie, and I was just like,
I know, right?
Finally, Frank, I don't want to see it. Oh man,
finally, the story needs to progress. The story needs to progress. I feel like Ivan Drago from Rocky 3. If he dies, he dies. Rocky 4. If he dies, he dies.
Yeah,
the story's got to progress. The kid's got to take the place. The kid's got to take his place.
Got to grow up.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see where that world goes. It's crazy that it's been that long since that movie came out, and you're still excited for it. When did the first Avatar come out? 2008?
2009.
Yeah. 2009. So. Damn, it's 2025 at the end of the year. We're still excited for this shit, man. Still excited.
Well,
I still need to rewatch the second one or try to watch the second one.
I was lukewarm to cold on the first one, but the second one was fucking incredible. I
thought the visuals, the spectacle of it was just amazing in both movies. Like it just looks so goddamn.
Oh yeah,
visually. And the
visually,
human beings suck, man. Like when you saw the second movie, you probably need to, but they are like taking the fucking whale brain fluid, and I get it because that's a valuable resource. If you can extend someone's age, that's a huge. That's even more valuable than the unobtainium. That's what they were trying to get in the original movie. I mean,
it was
but we suck.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah,
what a MacGuffin, dude! Like, unobtainium.
I will never not laugh at unobtainium.
Hey, that's what it's called, man.
They couldn't call it adamantium or something. Like they couldn't call it something. Like they couldn't call it adamantium. Like, hey, that's a clever name. Like, sorry, that's already been done for like the 70s.
Everything was copyrighted.
Ain't got enough of you. Can't get none of you. I ran all out of you. Trying to get some more of you.
Yeah, right.
Like, what the fuck?
Ain't got none of them. Yeah.
What the hell?
Look at unobtainium. Fuck out of here, man. I can never not laugh at that shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, but I get so good. Goddamn, we're pirates, bro. They showed like the true scale, the cancerousness of humanity in those movies. Like you can't help but feel for the Navi and the
they did.
You know what we're gonna do to that planet.
You already did. They did. But in the first movie, like even though for me the first movie didn't get good until the last 20 minutes, but like, the fucking Colonel. I was like, this dude needs to run shit. Like, this dude is relentless as a regular ass human in that world. My man, do you remember the part where I forget her fucking name, but Zoe Saldana shoots the arrow inside the fucking robot. He dodges it, but then, he can't breathe the air because he's human. My man holds his breath for like a good 3 minutes and it's fucking like he takes off the cockpit. He's like, I don't need this shit, and he pulls out his gun and he's firing at her while she's running away. And my man, like, yo, he doesn't even need to put his fucking helmet on until
one of his subordinates
hands him a helmet.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I forgot I needed this. I'm like, my man, I'm like, this dude is relentless. This dude is crazy.
Even in the second movie, he's still relentless. I buy his villainy. I buy his villainy. He's a great villain because you're scared. I was scared for Jake at the end. You know, his son had already gone, and you're like, oh shit. I mean, so that's why I feel like something bad is coming for Jake in this movie, and I hate it. I hate it.
Finally.
But you know what? I was saying one more movie is Predator Badlands, man. I can't wait to see it, man. I saw the trailer.
I saw a new trailer for that today.
Yeah, on Fantastic Four. I think I saw the trailer. Yeah. Had to look it
that
up.
shit looks good.
Yeah, but that shit looks awesome. That shit looks good, and it's like they're telling it.
Did you guys ever watch the Hulu jump yet?
Alien Earth?
No, the Hulu.
No,
Predator.
I haven't. I'm going to. I will. I'm going to. I might even do it tonight. I'm serious. I'm going to for sure. Okay.
May.
Last one I watched was Prey.
May.
Last one I watched
was Prey.
So the Hulu Predator is a show.
Yeah, you have the movie Prey, and then it's a movie, but it's 3 parts in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a movie. It's 3 parts in the movie. Yeah.
So is it like
That's
3 movie lengths? Like 3? No.
It's 3 like episode lengths in one movie, and they all tie into at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, I might have to check it out. But yeah,
I will. Yeah. I'll do it. I promise. I'll do it.
Anything Predator. Predator is one of those franchises like
Alien Earth is good too. I don't know if y'all seen any of that.
I heard that was good.
Yeah. I haven't. I've been watching The Pit. The Pit's fucking amazing. But
what's that?
That's the medical drama on HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking incredible. I'm not into medical. I'm not into medical dramas like that. Anyway, I never really watched ER. I didn't watch House or anything like that. But I watched House. I sat down with The Pit, and I didn't stop. I got up 3 days later. I didn't stop.
Oh,
like, it's fucking incredible. So
yeah,
I will watch Alien Earth. I heard it's really fucking good.
Predator is one of those characters I'm shocked. It's been one of those franchises where I'm shocked it's been able to hold on through the years because they've had their cheesy movies. I mean, think about it, this movie came out in 85, 86, somewhere. Like the original Predator with Schwarzenegger.
Oh, 87, yeah.
I'm not sure if it was a comic before that.
No.
But it's crazy that
it's a start, right?
Yeah, it's crazy that this franchise has been able to hold on so long, especially because they have been through some cheesy. Maybe they've been through some cheesy movies. Maybe it's because of certain mediums like
you mean
like
by
Mortal
cheesy
Kombat,
movies? You mean 2?
Well, like Predator.
Predator 2 was not. Predator 2 was good.
Predator 2 is great.
Predator 2 is probably better than the Spectrum.
I wouldn't say it's better than the first one. I think it's about. It's like
better.
right underneath.
Yeah,
I think it's right
Predator
underneath.
2 is awesome.
It's good.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Danny Glover was the man in there. You know.
I'm trying to think of like. So by cheesy, you mean?
Well, as far as like Predator. No, Predators was awesome. I like that.
Predators was good.
I
guess the Predator.
The Predator was not good. Predator was not good.
Like Predator
both the Alien vs Predators were amazing. Fuck.
They weren't.
Both of them just was
I mean, come on. She burned a little warrior thing into Sanaa Lathan's head at the end. It's a little cheesy. You know what I mean? Because it kind of lessened the threat of the Predator to me. What I mean? What? Okay, Sanaa Lathan defeating an alien in an underground tomb in Antarctica is a little.
It's kind of. Did you see Aliens too? It's kind of shit that goes down.
Okay, I could buy Danny Glover, but Danny Glover, that's different, bro. Come on, man. And Danny Glover had one of their weapons, like you know, with the whole little saw, that little circular.
Danny Glover can barely run. What are you talking about?
He could barely run in that movie, dog. It was still Danny Glover. Yeah, he could barely run in that show.
Danny Glover, you just hate on Sanaa Lathan, man.
He played the part. Okay, and it also might help that Predator has been included in like Mortal Kombat and is bringing them into that medium, and video game fans like it, but it's still going strong. I mean, they're coming out with another movie.
Predator is a time-tested franchise. It's a time-tested franchise. It's been going strong for almost
Also,
40
there's so much
years.
to know.
Even though
So
you
much
know how
more
I
to
feel,
know. There's books,
There's
comics,
lore.
like
lore, son.
it's like it's like a short shit Terminator. Like there's no conclusion to the overall story. They just keep making up new shit for them to do.
But there is a
You know.
conclusion. There is a conclusion to Terminator. We all know how it ends. We just need to. Now we're
Need to
following
get
the
there.
journey.
Yeah,
But they keep
we
fucking
still
the
don't know if
timeline,
John
so
Connor
Oh,
there's
they
no
constantly-
end.
Time travel is a
30
bitch.
years.
Yeah,
But
like, there's no
because-
end. There's time. You can go back. There's no
They-
end.
We still
they
don't
can
know
always
any more
go
about
forward.
the Predator, except for that they're a alien race that likes hunting. Like we don't know any more than we did in that '87 movie. Like
No,
it just,
there's lore. There's lore. You gotta dig deeper. There's lore, man. You gotta dig deeper.
Hulu,
gotta-
son.
I did like them giving. I did like them. I did like them giving Danny Glover the musket at the end of Predator 2. That was
Hulu,
cool.
son.
Yeah. But y'all did tell me
I
about
wanna
Prey, and I
watch
thought
it.
Prey was cool. I do
No,
need
no,
to-
I'm talking about Prey. Like, I'm talking about
Mhm.
like, Joe. I'm not gonna spoil shit. No, just
And there
watch
was a-
it.
there
Just
was a-
watch,
there was a
watch the
movie-
animated Alien. Watch the alien, animated Predator movie on Hulu.
What is it called?
Prey and the animated fuck is it called? I don't
That's
know.
all right.
It's-
I'll find
it's
it.
the-
I'll find it.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
find
the only one.
it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's context for all of that shit. Like, so
there is
much context.
there is hella lore. You got to dig deeper. There's lore.
So much lore.
Maybe that comes from a lack of like the Predator being able to communicate, so it can't really tell you what it wants and what it's doing here.
That's
you
what
know.
we're about to get, though. I saw
Thanks, Doc.
subtitles in that.
Thanks, Dr. K.
Mhm.
It's called Killer of Killers. Thank
Killer
you,
of
appreciate
Killers.
it. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's.
I'm gonna rewatch
it's,
that.
So that whole communication barrier, I think that only applies with humans and the Predator. Like, I feel like when they're explored in their home world, it's translated. It's all translated. They have their own language. They have their own ways of communicating, not just through speech but body language as well, or rituals, like, so there's a lot to it. Got to dig deeper and you'll find what you're looking for. I promise.
You shall find it. Right.
Yeah. But I'm real talk. I hope they tie some of this shit into the Aliens and Predator. Like, I don't know, man. I hope they do something with the Aliens versus Predator. I know they're two different franchises,
I think they
retconned.
They're separated forever, man. I don't know if they're gonna meet again.
It was so good.
I don't know if they're gonna meet again. Because that was during the whole '90s, where it's like RoboCop versus Terminator and Alien versus Predator and
Freddy versus Jason.
Freddy versus Jason, yeah.
Which Freddy versus Jason.
They made two of
That was
those.
a classic.
They made two of those just because of those suggestions, right? Where memes weren't really a thing in the '90s, and it was just like, oh shit, this is like really could happen. People like actually follow through with those ideas. But like now it's like that would be a meme and it would never happen ever. So I don't know if we're in that era where they'll like meet again. Maybe just for nostalgia's sake, but
I mean, Alien's been going strong as a franchise. I mean, goddamn, like it's like
40
totally
years.
They don't even need Predator. I mean, just all the Alien movies that have come out.
The Predator franchise is almost just as old as Aliens. Predator's 2 more years.
Yeah.
Predator will be 40.
It's crazy,
Right?
So, there's been more Alien projects than Predator, right? Because there's more Alien movies.
Yeah.
I thought the original Aliens came out in like 75, 70.
Oh, that's right. It came out in 78. Oh shit.
Yeah,
So shit.
somewhere in there.
Almost 50 years of Alien movies.
It's crazy.
But they match up so well. They're such good foes that you want to see more. But yeah.
They're so different, but they're so monstrous. Yeah. Just watch the Hulu shit, man.
I will,
But hold
I
on,
will,
no,
but
because
you got me excited
I'm
for it.
saying this because Hulu. Well, okay, I don't know what's going on with Hulu and Disney. I don't know what all that shit's about. Like, but Hulu got Hulu's got license or something. Something's happening
Disney is
where
about
Hulu
to
is making exclusive Predator content and making exclusive Alien content now. I don't know what that means,
I thought they said like next year Hulu
but they got
would be
their fucking
absorbed
hands on this
into
shit.
Disney
Well,
Plus.
it's Disney, because Disney's got their hands on Fox. And
Yeah, I thought there would be no more Hulu after like
and
next year.
Hulu's going away, right? Hulu's going away.
That's crazy. Cause I love Hulu.
It's going to
Hulu's
be
been my
absorbed
shit for
into
so
Disney
long.
Plus.
Everything's eating each other. That's the capitalist model.
But Disney, but
Yeah.
but Alien and Predator are both
It's a
Fox
monopoly.
franchises. So Disney has control of Fox Entertainment, the entertainment side of Fox. So that's why Hulu, which is under Disney, it's basically Disney Plus Light, just for TV shows. Like that's why they're doing exclusive stuff for those franchises, because Disney has control of all of that.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Definitely.
All right, I understand now.
Disney's in everything. Sports. They own ESPN.
They own ESPN.
They just did a deal with the NFL where like the ESPN, like the NFL has ownership stakes in ESPN. ESPN has always been separate.
They own ABC. They own.
Like
I always remember
they had their theme
Bob
parks,
Iger is. I always remember Iger is an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you kind of have to be to reach
That's the person
level
that Robert Downey Jr. Talked to complain about Pedro Pascal on set. So
I'm saying, man, like just look. I'm saying we move into the future, y'all. Just careful what you consuming.
Yeah, that's the capitalist model, man. Consume, mergers and acquisitions. So it is what it is. I want to go into Amanda Seals. It's a very very interesting debate.
Yeah, for sure.
We totally skipped Evo. Yeah,
it's okay.
For
the sake of time, I don't. We don't got to talk about it. We can talk about it.
Whenever
time.
we talk like media, comic book, movies, it's going to
go
30 minutes. I mean, it's been an hour and a half already.
Yeah.
And I still got more to say if y'all want to talk about theories of Sue Storm or Johnny Storm.
We're good. Let's move
No.
on.
That's why we love these characters, because they're not real, but we speak about them like they're real scenarios. Like we talk about Sue Storm like she's a real person.
Oh, God damn it, he's talking.
He
started. He's going. But we don't got to talk. I could talk about Evo another time, for the sake of time, because I feel like we're gonna be on Amanda Seals for a minute.
Shit.
So.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I mean, if you got stuff, that's good. I'm gonna try to find that one video I have, but
I mean, I guess.
But y'all want to introduce it
to the group? You can kind of explain what, or I can.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead. Feel free to chime in. But so a couple of weeks ago, there was a video, or it's a podcast. There was a podcast where it was called One Black Radical versus 20 Black Conservatives. And the setup for that was that Amanda Seals, who is probably more well known back then for being an actress on Insecure, the TV show on HBO, who then became a pretty big internet personality afterwards, based on her vitriol and like her complaining about everybody on set and sharing the drama about what went on the show. So she became a pretty big internet personality and became pretty known as outspoken and radical in her political views. And so she has a podcast, things called Jubilee, and on her podcast she had it set up where it was her sitting in a chair in a desk, sitting in a chair at a table in the center of a room, surrounded by 20 other people, and she would debate them on certain topics.
So let me just throw in real quick. So Jubilee is like a platform.
Oh, okay.
So it's a debate platform, right?
Oh, okay.
Which I definitely subscribe, because they had a 20.
Me too, but I hate them.
Yeah. I just thought they had some interesting topics that I definitely added to my playlist.
But
hey, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh, so Dr. K, thank you, Jubilee. So apparently Jubilee invited her to come on to their platform to do the debate. So yeah, it was her debating 20 20 other people in the same room about certain topics. Like the first topic was about the subject of reparations and about should black people as a community and as a society still receive reparations and were they deserving of it. And her view was the radical view, was pro reparations, that we need it for our communities, we need it for the fact of
I mean, really just getting paid what
we're owed,
paid for what was done, what our ancestors made for this country.
Right.
But then making things even, making things right.
And
to repair.
The way everything was set up was that there would be a countdown, and then whenever the countdown went to 0, one of the 20 people would run to the other chair and then sit down and then start to debate her. So I thought that was kind of
comical. Like how everybody just bum rush the chair. Like, don't they have like a little more organized way to do this? But I don't know how long.
We'll talk about that because that's a large amount of issues that I had with this whole thing. So yeah, they would run into a chair and debate her, and then we started noticing that like as people started sitting in this chair, that their views were crazy. Like, I'm just talking like super ignorant. I'm like, this can't be. Like, I'm like, have y'all, like, how young are y'all, or how out of touch are y'all with like everything that's been happening, or just general history? Like, what? So,
yes.
There was a
conservative 101.
There was a lot that was said, but I think my main point and issue with this whole thing is that there was a lot that was said, but there was nothing that was said at all. I felt like both sides. I felt like there were problems on both sides, but there was not really anything that was said. For example, anytime one of the conservative individuals made a point, Amanda Seales would resort to insults, and like personal insults and name calling and saying, "Stop interrupting me." Like, like, you're not going to do this to get views. I don't know who came and told you that you could interrupt me. I gave you this respect. You need to give me the same respect back. And I'm like, whoa, it's usually,
I thought that made her seem a little bullyish, but I can understand that because it's her versus 20 people in a room.
It's her versus 20 people.
I feel pressure when I'm arguing against YouTube brothers on any issue we have here on the Intelligent Idea Talkers podcast. So I can imagine her being surrounded by these 20 conservatives, and she gets a little emotional. Things.
Well, and also to add to that, right? Like, we're talking about people who are just fucking wild, like in their views of these issues. So I also feel like she did show a lot of restraint, but I don't feel like the restraint was enough to.
I mean, dude, if you just get through,
that's definitely
without calling these spammers a bunch of coons.
Yeah, like that is a lot. That is a lot, but like she should have still. I feel like she should have still been. She could have still been the bigger person, and not resort to personal attacks, and maybe attack the issues instead of attacking the person, instead of attacking the individual.
It was a lot of pressure.
What you're saying is kind of like the issue I had. It was like one. Let me say, this is an issue with kind of Jubilee. Like, this isn't like that kind of format you're talking about, and the issues you're having here is kind of like how.
That's how they operate.
That's how they operate, and kind of it's part of their spectacle, right? Especially when it comes to conservatives, and when it comes to like a situation we have to rebut 20 people, like hackles are raised. It's not. There's no moderator. I mean, I think there may be, but there's not like any. So when it comes down to like. Yeah, and you're on a timer, you have no moderator, and so there's no back and forth. So if one person starts ranting, like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but there was a guy, like, maybe he might have been the third guy. Yeah, this big dude in the white
Well,
shirt.
The white
He
coat,
was in there and he started ranting and he was rambling,
Mhm.
and she was like really couldn't get a word in. He was just and it's
he
just
kept
like,
saying,
well,
I made my point. I made my point. Yeah.
and you know, people in the background and clapping and laughing at with them and all that. So it's a lot of
and
pressure
then there's
on her. I can
no, then
understand her
it
getting
becomes
in
a
her feelings.
spectacle, and there's no really place for her to rebut without being rude, right?
Right.
And
But
in that kind of
being
reason,
word. The
that
words
might
aren't
be
being
the
yeah.
allure of Jubilee's platform. Is that kind of format? Is, you know, this is, you know, you kind of join sides, you pick sides. That the heated debate argument of it. You know, I don't
I
know if
think
they
it's a
need to change their
fixable
formula.
flaw that they refuse to fix because of the spectacle. Like, I
Mhm.
think that's a
That's-
pretty reasonable. Like, when it comes to debates, moderator is along with debate. That's like
Right.
the
It's
three things you
necessary.
need in debate.
Yeah.
You need two sides and a moderator, but they
A
just omit
judge,
that
right?
part on this,
Yeah,
right?
they just want shit. They just want shit to go wild, and like
Yeah.
the mob mentality played a big part. I felt
Mhm.
too, right? Like you know the flags and like everybody wanting to kind of jump in and say their point. You know,
Trying to
they were
dogpile.
showing trying to like it just seemed extremely set up, right? Like it seemed extremely set up, extremely disorganized, intentionally chaotic, just to get views, just to
Definitely
get
set up.
clicks,
It was 20 of them
right?
versus one.
Like it seems
But you know,
intentionally chaotic just for the sake of let's see what happens, and like who's gonna say the craziest shit, you know, like with this, because there's no moderator, there's no control, and yes, you're absolutely right. She was pinned down by all of these people, just people watching her, knowing that they don't share her views. That's a lot for anyone, you know.
Yeah.
yeah.
But if she decided to accept the invite and go there, she could
Hey.
have
I thought she
handled.
was
She could
well
have handled.
spoken, and I thought she held her own. And actually, to be honest, I thought she
Yeah.
actually
I think
won
she
the
did good.
debate, in my opinion. I mean, so one of the first issues they covered was reparations, and we've had a lot of cast here on the Intelligent Idea Talkers. So I think I've made my point on reparations. I think they're doable. I think reparations are just and necessary. That's one of the things she mentioned there. And I pulled up an article off the Root just to kind of reference back to theroot.com, just to kind of reference back to what she said. But she said they were just and necessary. And they are. I don't think they'll ever happen now, because this has gone from
Not in our lifetime.
it's gone to a consumer society, so it's no longer race based. So black people can move into the nice neighborhood as long as you can pay for it. You can have everything that a you know, quote unquote, the white power structure has had, as long as you can pay for it now, you know, because the value of the dollar has lessened, you know, the same as integration, you know, like let them come into our stores and spend their money. You know what I mean? We need that infusion of cash. So I think the opportunities are there for black people. I think economically, we are owed reparations. I think that's where it would help the most, right? They don't have to come in the form of money, right? Like, you know, when they said the conservatives say cut a check, cutting the check is not fix anything. You don't have to actually cut the check. Like, the reparations doesn't have to actually be a cash payment. It could be a special housing. You know, how is most wealth built? Through home ownership, right? So it could be a special like housing program for black people to, you know, not even maybe us, maybe for our children, or you know, you know, anything that you know, college tuition, something kind of special there, like maybe a law passed, or doesn't have to come in a cash infusion. But I will say, if reparations if the U.S. government came to me and say, hey, you know, I know we fucked up, you know, that was messed up what we did to you guys, you know, all I can do is a cash payment of $30,000. That's all we can do as your reparations. Hey, cut my check, bro. Cut my check. I want what I'm owed, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that's going to fix everything, right? You know, and the common perception is that black people will go blow that 30,000. We'll just go blow it on lottery tickets and bullshit and liquor and all that.
You ever see the Dave Chappelle skit? You ever see the Dave Chappelle skit with reparations checks?
How many people would go put that as a down payment on a home or something like that, right? I think people as a whole,
I think a lot more than you would think,
or a lot more financially conscious now, right? Like, we're not stupid. Like, who wants to take that? Now, there are people that would go below their 30,000, right? But that's a human problem. That's not a black issue. I think most black people would try to use that money to better themselves, right? You know,
Build community. Yeah.
Most people, most of them. Yeah.
I think like one thing is important is like we need to look at the things that the black conservatives were saying as to uh why why reparations are not needed, right? If I remember correctly, one of the things one of the guys said was that reparations, one, like you said, they say that black people will just blow it because we're uneducated. They said one guy said along the lines of, we don't need reparations because there's no. Did you say there was no racism anymore? He said something along the lines of like,
oh yeah, he said in his he said something like in his experience that he's never experienced actual racism, and that it's what did he say? He said it
I
was
just
like
sent
a false
the
term or
article that
something
I'm
like that.
reading off of to the group from the Rucks.com.
and like the idea being that like what black people actually need is this other, like some education, or what black people need is he said black people need to learn how to manage their money or their time better. Black people need to do better. So like that, kind of taking the onus away from the offender and putting it on the victims,
Right.
right, or the descendants of the victims, right. And I feel like it's that perspective that conservatives have in general, and I'm probably going to do this whole time, but I'm going to point out that like conservatives are fundamentally either uneducated or willfully ignorant, because there is willfully ignorant, I feel like.
Yeah.
But some of them are just stupid. But like at the same time, it's just like, you know,
hey, willfully ignorant.
Willfully ignorant.
All right, fine. But you know, at the same time, it's like it's really obvious that we have like the history. We know for a fact that racism exists. We have everything that would document it, proven it. We got it on video. We got it on documents. We got it everywhere. We have it on the history records of redlining. We know what they did. So I'm going to probably say this a number of times, but like these conservatives, wherever they're getting their information from, it seems like it's purposefully against black people.
The conservatives, like you said, they're willfully ignorant.
You have to ask why.
The black people that they were referencing are just the ignorant minded. And, you know, I agree. Like I said, they had some kind of points, because some of the most ignorant people that you encounter, whatever, I mean, there's ignorant people in any walk of life, any race, right? That's, you know, you can be ignorant, but a lot of times ignorant black people, we're the loudest, we're the most, you know, just rambunctious, you know. But that ignorance doesn't come from nowhere. It didn't just happen. You know what I mean? There's a reason that this sect of people are ignorant, right? Like when you look through generations of trauma, and, you know, I think it's so deep that it can't be answered. I don't think the U.S. That's why I don't think they ever will have reparations, because they just can't. You know, it just goes too deep into the fabric of American culture. It's like it's hard to delineate who deserves what and who is going to get how much, and, you know, because you might be 12% European. So what do you slice off less for someone who's 12% versus someone who's 8% European? I mean, you know, like it's just,
again, yeah, that's one of those things that would bring up. It was like, oh, it's too complicated. Like,
but
I mean, dude, they figure out a way to tax every single person in this country.
They're arguing.
They'll figure something out.
They're arguing against air. It's like you're not really getting your point, because she's arguing for you, fool. Like what she's saying would benefit you and your children.
Right.
You know, like what she's saying would help you. So what do you know, you're trying to do this whole pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. Well, it's a reason we ain't got boots. They didn't give us an economic base to stand on. I mean, you ever heard of Jim Crow?
When we made one, they took it or broke it.
Right. So, you know, and like in hindsight, you know, even that's why I said it's the economy is more consumer based now, because just the power of the dollar is less. So it's these credit card companies, they need people to buy houses. You know, I don't think there are the same hurdles that someone in 1965, you know, Missouri or whatever, you know, southern state, I don't know if Missouri is southern, say Alabama, right? I'm sure there are pockets of people that are racist, right? That's a hotbed of, the everything racist in this country. Could you imagine like the deep South? When they say the deep South, you know what I mean? Imagine being a slave running through the fucking woods of Alabama on the run, bro. Like that shit is like, where the fuck
Yeah, I
am
thought
I?
you was
You know what
talking
I
about
mean?
Fredericksburg.
Yeah, right. Like where the fuck, everything is foreign. People don't speak your language. They don't,
Yeah.
they don't, you can't connect back to your home. People bring up the plight of Mexicans and everything, but I understand. I empathize as a person, as a human being, but they can still go back to their country and identify with their people and where they come from, and speak their own language and their tongue, and just for that to be taken from Black people, I would say restitution is owed to
Yeah,
Black Americans for
100%.
that. You
Yeah,
know,
I agree with you. I agree
Yeah.
yeah,
with you. It's just that the views of these other individuals. It's just like, I think to kind of answer your question and add to your point where you were saying, like, we don't know, like, or the ignorance doesn't just come from anywhere, but like we're not sure. I think the ignorance is definite. What we do know is the ignorance is absolutely 100% circumstantial. It is. It
yeah,
is. It is based on the way they were raised, the way they were, what they decided to expose themselves to. Hence the willful ignorance. Um, what we, what we, the thing is though about answering the question, um, is that these individuals, we also have to understand, and I think I'm giving Jubilee too much credit here, so correct me if I'm wrong. But in any debate, in any structured debate, this is barely that, but any structured debate, there has to be a for and an against side, right?
Mhm.
So is it possible that maybe some of these individuals are just arguing on the against side just to be heard, just to get their
To
point
make
across,
a
just to follow the rules of the debate? I don't know, like
or
uh
there. Hey, I don't know if y'all know, but there's been traditionally a place of financial gratification for
right.
people who
They get
speak against
paid.
their race.
They get paid.
I
They
don't know
they
if you
they are
heard.
getting paid for this too, right?
To a degree,
Most
yeah, or
likely.
exposure, but
Ex-
also the Republicans, and maybe not say the Republicans. Let me say there's conservative organizations who go out their way, such as Fox News, to go out their way to look for people of a specific group that will badmouth that group they come from, whether that be
their own
gay,
people,
whether that be black, whether that be
black
Latino,
women.
whether you name a
Yeah,
minority group, women, you name a minority group, they go out of their way. And these are all auditioners, as far as I'm concerned. All these people are auditioning for that seat,
right,
wherever that seat may be.
right.
One
It's
News Nation, Fox News, New York Post, whatever. Like,
it just. I was just gonna say real quick. The last thing I'll say is that it just makes me consider, like, again, just how set up this all is, right?
mhm.
Like, who on earth who on earth is going to agree to do something like this, especially with, like, and who picks the categories? Is it Jubilee? Is it Amanda Seals?
I was
Like, is
Oh,
wondering
it
that
she
too.
was it
Who
was it a
picked the topic?
survey? Like,
Did
no
she
no
pick them?
she proposes the topics.
Okay,
she
So
did for sure. Oh my God!
yeah,
Like,
she puts
oh,
up the topics. Yeah,
whoa.
yeah.
that makes sense.
So like
Money versus
the
her.
second one, she has black on black crime as a result
Black on
of
black crime. That was the second one.
yeah, a
Yeah.
result of underinvestment and over policing. Like that,
I,
she picked that. She's like, that's her. That's a statement, a declarative statement she's making.
I
And
Okay.
then
did think
they,
she
That
brought up
makes
a
sense
good
for
point
her. Yeah.
in that, and I've had this discussion with another one of my coworkers. Man, shout out to Andrew. Man, he's like he's black and white, so his perspective is very like he's black. He has like black hair, kind of light skinned, but he acts totally white. So sometimes you got to remind him, hey, Drew, you know you're black, right?
He's
like,
black.
You know your daddy is, you know what I'm saying?
No,
You got to
like
tell
there's
him,
no
like,
confusion
because he'll
when
say
he's
little
encountering the
things.
police.
He'll be like, you know, he'll be like, you know, you
You'll be
black.
treated as a black
I'm like,
man.
you black. I'm like, motherfucker, you are black.
You black.
Like, what are you talking about? You might have been a house nigga, but you
He's
was
like,
still,
excuse
you
me,
was still
you
in.
are black.
Yeah, right. So he was talking about black on black crime, black on black crime, black on black. Like, there's white on white crime. I don't know why this black on black issue got blown up to the point that it did. Maybe it has something to do with like the crack epidemic and remember the 80s, and you know that the black man is scary. The most scariest situation you could be in is in a dark alley with a black guy, you know. So it's kind of like the boogeyman almost. I don't know, like black on black crime. There's white on white crime. There's Latino
Yes.
Latino crime. There's crime in general. Wherever you have impoverished people, or you know, people with less economic opportunity, crime rates are going to be higher, right? So, but even in well-developed communities, there's still crime. It's crime. It's crime on a bigger scale. It's, you know, you have people embezzling money and, you know, all types of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So,
Crime you don't go to jail
always
for.
had an issue with the term black on black crime. But as say there's not white on white crime, you know?
No, that's the thing. So like we know for a fact, like we being like black people who are aware of like the statistics and aware of like the history, we know for a fact that black on black crime and white on white crime is proportionally within the same range.
Mm-hmm.
Like crime happens. When crime happens, it happens like when a person commits a crime, he typically commits the crime against people who he's in the vicinity of. So when black people do crime, they do it around black people, and when white people do crime, they do it around white people in their communities. The communities are separated, like fundamentally, like the vast majority. There's not a whole lot of integrated communities, but like where there are, you will experience cross-racial crime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's 100%. In the vicinity in which they are, right? That's the communities in which you're in. That's and that's really it. Now, the reason we know that this is like this kind of a problem, because we know for a fact that like this was the black on black crime was a phrase that was pushed by American media, the news, for decades.
It's to the detriment of our people. It's to the detriment
it was
of
a focused, targeted.
Look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Black on black crime has skyrocketed, and black on black crime has skyrocketed. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if you went to a white community where there was
to paint us in a negative light, it's to paint us in a negative light, just like all of the other campaigns that have existed to paint us in a negative light. And this is just one of those that is still unfortunately prevalent and relevant. Where
I will say, back in our day, you know, like the late 80s, early 90s, that whole, remember the DARE program in schools? That shit totally worked for our generation, because I was scared to death of crack cocaine, bro. I mean, you couldn't tell me shit about crack cocaine, bro. There's no way I ever wanted to go near that shit when I was in 5th grade, 6th grade, bro. Like, no, like crack cocaine? I mean, that shit was
but we used to smoke weed like crazy.
But no.
I didn't work though. Like,
weed is one
I feel
thing.
like weed wasn't like weed like one of their things. Before this, weed was the gateway drug.
It was a gateway drug. It was because it was light and we knew, you know. But look at where weed is now. Look at the mythos of crack cocaine. Crack cocaine is kind of still the boogie drug. It's the boogeyman's drug, you know. Like, dude, I know DARE did a good job of scaring me. That whole Reagan administration, that whole early 90s, Clinton, George Bush Sr. and all that kind of thing, it totally worked. I was scared to death of crack. But, I mean, hey, who wasn't, bro? Nobody wanted to go to no crack. If I'd offered you some crack.
Well, a lot of people weren't scared of crack because crack was funneled into our community purposely.
It was like literally.
Us. Yeah, you know that, right?
I mean,
like it wasn't really a whole lot of getting around it.
But
I mean,
it was everywhere, and it was cheap.
That's also to say that there's not drugs in the white community. I mean, it was funneled. It was funneled
everywhere. It's called heroin, and what's his name? Hunter Biden was all up in that shit recently. Yeah. So like we know this, it just don't matter. Like it don't matter. Black. Another statistic we all know. Being educated and knowing about what we talking about, as opposed to these conservative Uncle Ruckuses, like
Uncle Toms.
We know for a fact that like like black people do drugs at the same rate as white people, but go to jail and get targeted or arrested for it disproportionately. I think is it twice
Why?
or 4 times as much. I don't remember,
You know,
it's
even
three
but
today,
times as
when you look
much.
at
3
statistics
times as
like
much.
3 times as much. Yeah.
when you look at statistics like black people making up,
It's because we're
13 to
targeted.
15% of the population, but of the total U.S. population, but making up over 60% of the prison population,
Incarcerated,
that
yes.
tells you that we're
Yeah.
targeted right there. I mean,
It's targeted
because to say that white
because
people do less
But
drugs than
again,
black people or commit less crimes is ridiculous. Hey,
wasn't that
especially when white people are the majority.
but
Like,
that
so they would
started
have to commit more crimes per capita, whatever
but that
statistic you want
started
to say, right?
but that statistic started with Nixon, right? It started with that agenda, the war on crime, right? Like it
Mm-hmm.
started with Nixon's agenda to purposely incarcerate black people, specifically black
hmm
people. And this is why even to this day the statistic still stands, and it's so sad and unfortunate that
100%.
now we have to ask ourselves, why do these um Negro losers keep trying to say these things and like act like Amanda Seals is crazy. Like they're calling her a radical. Like I first the framing of this is crazy.
Like the way
Like
she's thinking
the
is crazy.
idea that she's a radical when she's just saying the
speaking
facts. She's speaking facts. And they are out here with their airy fairy speculations. But
Oh my
she's coming
god.
out with like, yeah, I hear you, but actually this and this and this is the reason. And they're like, yeah, but I think black people do more black crime on black people. And what the fuck you talking about? You
And
just
black
saying
people
shit.
don't
Like you're
deserve
not.
reparations.
That's
Yeah,
why I
like
think that
that's just like
it,
your fucking opinion, weirdo.
in the end, I think reparations is owed. Just even from her next point on that article on the root is that systemic racism is a proven fact. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
there were laws that's the hinge of her whole argument that these conservatives didn't necessarily combat to a satisfactory conclusion for me because I mean it's a proven fact that redlining that economic underachievement they passed laws not because you were not qualified but because you were black because you were
Mhm.
targeted more for crimes you were underserved in your communities your
Over policed.
education over policed like that's a proven fact now
The
so
whole
how
idea
can you
that
even
that
argue against
your
it.
education, your school system is funded by your property taxes in your community, by the property taxes of your area, is a number one red flag. Is one of the main red. You had red line, and then that
Hmm.
tax law that funds education is fundamentally a fucking psyop. I don't know. Like they did it right there in front of everybody's face. We know what that means.
And
And but these people be like, yeah, no, it's just, black people are
people
just
throw out the
stupid.
word people
Fuck you
throw out the
talking about?
word ghetto now. White people like "Yeah, ghetto, that's ghetto, that's so ghetto, that's so ghetto. But in that image of the black person coming from the ghetto with the roaches in your cereal, my cereal box, as Ghostface said and all that. Pluck your
Mm-hmm.
roaches out the cereal box. These ghettos didn't spring up from nowhere. These black people didn't
Yeah,
stay in the ghetto because they wanted to. They weren't allowed to either buy a home
leave.
outside, or they were only allowed to stay in this area like a ghetto in DC or New York, during the Great Black Migration didn't pop out of nowhere. These things were kind of planned over time, and we're only going to allow black people to live here. Okay, we're gonna
And
the
when they
tax
feel
dollars,
like
the
it, they
property
will
value is going to
shove
go
black
down.
people into a further corner called
They're going to be
gentrification.
undereducated. They're going to be ignorant. Like this whole idea of the ghetto didn't pop out of nowhere. And thank I was blessed not to have grown up in the quote unquote ghetto. I think we were kind of middle class, living in Northern Virginia, growing up in Northern Virginia. But yeah, I mean, it's these things didn't come out of nowhere, man. It's not an accident that poor people are in the ghetto, whether they're black or Hispanic. There's always this mythos of you know, when the rapper made it, I made it from the ghetto. I'm gonna go live by the white people. I'm gonna go live in the white people neighborhood. That's where all the nice houses are, and the nice schools, and the nice parks,
That
and the
whole
nice,
mentality.
yeah, the nice, you know, I want to get where the white people is. That shit
That whole
didn't happen by
mentality.
accident. That's
White
just
is right. That
right.
always hated that that there was, because that was prevalent in my community as well.
I made it to where the white people
You know,
are.
white
You know,
is right. You know, like white is right. You know, if you made it to where white people are, you made it. Right.
Yep.
that's
It's
the
like,
whole
nah.
crux of her whole argument that these conservatives just didn't surmount to me. Like, you can't argue
They
against
just
that, bro.
they don't have anything against it, and they will change the subject. Like
I mean,
they
That
I
would
remember
happen a
at
lot.
the DAP
have a
segment, if I remember, they started talking about other shit. Like
Yeah.
they were just not trying
if
to
people
really
don't have
deal
an
with that
economic base to
statement.
stand on, you know, like you said, one of the main things of building wealth with any individual is home ownership. And if you deny my great 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 grandmother the right to buy a home that today could be worth 7, 8, 900, $1 million, you know, who's to say what, you know, what property values say? How can you make up for that generations later? Well, give the next generation a special
Provide
tax rate on a
appreciation.
house, you know, or, you know, I don't know. And it's a consumer society now. So I think that's why reparations are unpopular. One,
No, it's
nobody,
unpopular because of
no,
racism. Like
nobody
America's
ever, yeah, right.
about as
Because
racist as it's ever been.
if
They
you don't
make
stand
them.
to
They make
benefit from
space for
said
spending
reparations,
money
why
on
should
the
you
things they
care?
want to spend money on.
Mhm.
Like they're building a fucking. How much is that goddamn ballroom Trump trying to add onto the White House?
They fucking
Hey, they
spent
hey,
money.
they want to party too, Juice. Come on now.
They fucking spent money
This,
years ago on sending a fucking monkey to space.
yeah.
Trillions of
How
dollars.
much
Yeah,
money they
be
giving
fine.
to Elon Musk to blow up rocket
To
ships trying to get into space? They,
how much did they fund? How much did Elon Musk fund for government initiatives for fucking Doge, where he could have
yeah.
easily put that money. He easily could have put that money, or they could have funneled that money into black communities, minority
Or
communities.
any communities, for fuck's sake.
One thing I do agree with
They
the
could have.
conservatives on is that money wouldn't, or I don't know if it was Amanda Seales who said this or one of the conservatives. I did think the conservative and the well dressed brother in the suit, I thought he was well spoken. I thought he kind of argued his point. He might have been like he was after the guy with the white shirt, the guy that kept ranting. He's a well dressed, light skinned dude.
He was well spoken, fine, but he was also really passive. He didn't really make a point.
Yeah,
I remember he was just kind of rambling.
Yeah,
but the system is so diluted. By the time that money gets to where it needs to go to impact the lives it needs to impact, it will, you know, so much money is going to be lost. It's going to be lost in the system.
Whose fault is that, though?
There's too much bureaucracy going on.
Whose fault is that, though? Whose fault is that, though?
My whole thing is like, hey, try anyway, nigga. Like, hey, give it your best shot.
Yeah, I want my cut.
Oh, it's gonna be diluted. Hey, give it your best fucking shot. Like, come on, let's try.
Yeah,
let me see what you can do.
I mean, I'm saying, just as easily for it to be diluted, it's just as easy to just put it directly into the communities that need it.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It's that fucking simple. Right, it's all money. The money is not doing anything by itself. It's being controlled. Where it's moving is being controlled, and it's being controlled, unfortunately, by the people. And I
think another problem is that the debt is so large to reparations. Is that this is on in
the debt's got nothing to do with it. The debt
because it's on a complete economic level. You can't hand out cash infusions. I mean, look at what happened when all those checks were coming a few years ago for the you know, the what was it, the COVID checks and all that stuff?
Yeah,
what happened? Then years later, what happens? Inflation, right? So like
whoa.
Wait, what?
I gotta run over. That is not because of the checks.
100%. Do you know how much
money
they printed up out of
nowhere? Those are $2,000 checks.
Bro, I got about maybe through all the reparations checks reparations.
Jesus
through all
Christ.
the COVID checks I got.
So you get reparations, nigga? Hold on.
Like, well, since when?
I don't know, right? Hold on. You got yours, bro? Hold up, bro.
I knew you was talking to Trump.
Through all the checks I got for COVID, I probably got close to 10 G's, right?
How much did you spend?
Fast forward a couple years. Now the prices of things have gone up, right? That money didn't come from nowhere.
How much did you spend of that money?
Oh, Juice, come on. That money is that money is gone, bro. Like, I mean,
Yes. No.
people
Wait.
were buying
What
groceries.
happens with the money? So when we
Is
spend
when
money
you have
in
a
our
direct,
economy, the
when
money
you have
we
a direct,
spend
they had to do
fuels the
that.
economy. We have to
Yeah,
spend money to build the
they
economy, right?
they
So you
had to send
spent
out those checks.
$10,000,
But you can't say
huh?
that down the line, though, that money, that cash infusion didn't affect the buying power of the dollar today. Like your
How do
dollar
you know
doesn't
they
stretch
did?
as much. Do you look in
How
your
do you know
grocery
it
cart
did?
when you go to the store and see like, damn, I got less than I would have had
I
during
do.
COVID times? So I
I
mean that
do.
Yeah.
now I'm not an economic
There's
expert,
nothing to me that
obviously.
ties
I'm not
that
an
to
economist.
you getting or us
I
getting
don't know.
checks
Well, that's why I
like
said
five years ago. Like,
the debt is so large for the government. I mean, imagine
The
how many
getting back to,
hundreds of millions or trillions of dollars they'll have to hand out. I definitely don't think it will be a straight cash infusion.
getting back to that, the debt has nothing to do with giving out cash infusions or reparations, as you put it.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with that. That debt is also self-inflicted by the government.
yes.
The government
100%.
is
Yeah,
the
you should
government
have
is
did this
spending
shit
money
years
on
ago.
bullshit. The government is spending money on bullshit. They let it get to an unattainable level, and now
You should have been honest during Reconstruction and
instead
give people
of
an economic base to stand on back
in,
then, and not cut their legs out from under them.
instead of infusing that cash into communities that need them, they infuse taxpayer money, whatever money they get from whoever they get it from, Russia, whatever.
Yeah,
Like they put that money into the national debt.
National
Or
debt, defense,
yes,
national
defense.
defense,
Right.
the Pentagon. What
They
happened
put
to
it
that
into they put it
couple
into
$1 billion just
they put it into
vanished?
all
Yeah.
these programs. They put it into all these programs, and the
Iron
money goes
Dome.
into a fucking black hole. Right.
Mm-hmm.
The debt doesn't get paid off. The debt is still fucking trillions of dollars,
mm-hmm.
right?
It's
Why
going
is it still
up,
so
man.
fucking high? Why is it
So
still
like,
so
if y'all
fucking
can do it for
Look,
high?
them,
let me
do it
say
for
this:
us, man.
every time a
No,
Republican
what I'm
is in office, the national debt increases. Every
by a
time there's
lot
Democrats in office, by a lot, the national debt decreases.
decreases.
It's a flux. It's a flux. It's
When
a fucking
Clinton
flux. It
when
goes back and
Clinton
forth.
when Clinton was president, that was the first time in a long time. I dare say in close to 100 years that the government was actually in a surplus,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And since then, 30 years ago, almost 40 years ago, since then, we are trillions of dollars in debt.
Because we had to fucking explode Afghanistan.
War
Or the money
War.
maker, man.
money
It's like,
maker.
think about it. Here, think about how money is spent, right? So here's and we were so off topic right now, but here's my concept of how the economy works, right? So we know that like the economy grows when people get money, people are paid, they spend money to get materials in order to survive, right? So a large percent of the average person's paycheck goes into the economy to buy goods, and the company uses that money to supply their goods, so they have more stuff to sell, right? So that's the economy flowing. So what happens though when so if the government ends up giving people more money to spend, right? More people, because we don't have the capacity to just hoard and save, we spend more money, right? And so that means the companies get more money, right? Which means the companies are able to buy more materials to make more surplus, to make items, to provide items, right? Business gets better when the normal people are spending money. Now, on the other side of that coin is when either there's tax breaks. We can talk about tax breaks, or we can talk about when billionaires are when people who have more money than they can spend. What do they do with the money they have too much of? What do they do with that extra money? The answer is they save it. They hoard it.
Yeah.
So that money, those billions of dollars, there's two ways. That money can sit or can be taxed back into the economy. But when they cut taxes, that means less and less of it is being broken up and put back into the economy. or into the government, whatever, to spend how they need. But when billionaires have all that money, they sit on it. They'll spend it maybe chunks here in this investment, or they'll spend a chunk here in this investment. But those investments aren't necessarily flowing back into the economy, creating more,
and it doesn't get taxed.
and it doesn't get taxed, which means, yeah. So that's the other side of it, right? So like the idea that like
your equation is so simple. It's such a simple equation. I agree with you.
I mean, yeah, and that's the way. Like, I think that's the way most like economists look at it. But conservatives don't, because they like their tax cuts. Rich people don't, because they like their tax cuts. They like having money.
It's money that's sitting there that you won't necessarily feel. You're hoarding it. It benefits you.
You're not doing anything with it.
It benefits you, benefits your businesses, your companies. Why wouldn't you do it?
And after your fourth yacht, you don't need any more.
But you also have to listen to what Kaiman said, that it is, think about that idea at a basic level. Now think of it on a bigger scale. This is the government's, what the government's doing with the money. Even though they have a debt to pay, they have all this money that's still coming in, and they hoard it instead of having it taxed and go back into communities and to further the economy. It goes to themselves. It goes to whatever they desire, whatever programs they want to fund, whatever grants they want to grant, whatever.
It goes into defense mostly. It goes into defense contracts mostly. But those bombs are billions of dollars.
But that's the general
that were exploding.
That's the general idea. That's the general idea of why, to answer your question, of why the debt has nothing to do with the fact that they could give us reparations. In this example,
they could.
Trying to get back on topic. Like they 100% could. 100%. But they choose not to, because they choose to fund what they want to fund, because they have all this money that's being paid for by us. You know?
So, it is crazy. And it's such a simple equation that you just laid out. And, you know, you wouldn't, the rich, you know, the quote unquote Elon Musk's of the world wouldn't necessarily feel that taxing.
They don't have that obligation.
Still live your lavish lifestyle. It would benefit the government. It would benefit the people. It's just like, why don't we just do it? Why it does seem so simple?
Because benefiting themselves is a better idea in their minds.
It's just greed.
Down to human greed, man. We're greedy. Human nature.
It's like,
you know,
monkey lizard brain shit.
Which is why we kind of empathize with a good villain, right? Like, okay, he was a villain, but he was kind of right. Killmonger, you know, he was evil, but he was kind of right. You know, Killmonger might be extreme because he was fucking right, but you know what I'm saying. Any good villain.
Sorry, I don't want to jump off topic. Okay, we'll stay here. Okay, I'm just gonna say it real quick. Did you guys watch Eyes of Wakanda yet?
No.
Okay, like I'm just saying, like Killmonger, there's a reason. I'll leave it at that. Moving on.
that Killmonger is crazy. Well, I thought they showed us in the movie. That was, you know,
the necessary evil.
Yeah.
Here.
Came back.
Segment 4 says Black conservative fails to address the needs of the working class. So this was an interesting one. So Black conservatism fails to address the needs of the working class. I don't really remember any of the arguments the people made. I feel like they jumped off of that one.
That was my problem with the whole thing. I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead. Well, I was just gonna say that was my problem with this whole debate. That was one of my biggest issues. There was a lot said, but there wasn't anything said at all. Like, there was a lot that just kind of like blah, you know, like just went into the ether, and they were trying to make points, but nothing was actually said. There wasn't actually like really a debate. They were just people screaming. They're trying to scream over each other, and then flags being raised so that somebody could come in and say their piece. So that was just more of a structural problem with me.
Regurgitating old arguments, you know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You know, that's not going to help us. Black people are going to blow the money, And one thing they did point to, and this came up throughout the debate, was black music, as if that's the only
Yeah, you're
black
right.
culture, And I will say, black music is ignorant. It is some of the
I
more
disagree.
popular music, but there's
I
ignorant
think
music
music.
in every
Uh,
every genre of music. I mean, you
that's
know,
messy. That's messy.
some of the stuff they talk about in hardcore rock or soft rock or country can be deemed as ignorant. It might not be as in your face, as hip hop music, but and and that also lends itself to hip hop music's popularity. The fact that it is seen as so detrimental to the black community because people of other races
Uh,
like it and they hear the lyrics.
uh,
They listen to Drake. They hear Drake saying "nigga" 10 times
Hold on.
in his song. You know what I
okay.
mean? Like these
Can I?
people are in the clubs. They hear what's my man's name? Shit. Yeah, he's dating Sierra. He had a baby with Sierra.
Chance
I
the
have no
Rapper.
fucking idea.
Chance.
But who is it, Frank?
Oh, the Chance album was goat. Hey, y'all listen to that junk? The new
No,
Chance
I actually
album?
haven't. Actually haven't. Yeah,
This
Chance the
is
Rapper.
this is
Chance the
really
Rapper.
good, man.
Oh, damn, I was thinking
But
like I want to say like T-Pain and shit.
nah,
But
but I don't know. Let me just so on the other side of that, like
is black
I feel
music
like
the
if
extent of black
people
culture?
I feel like black
Uh,
music is not traditionally like when you say black music, I'm assuming you're talking about like rap in particular, right?
Hip hop music.
Hip hop. I feel like hip hop though
Maybe
was
soul, R&B.
there's layers. So we got the history of hip hop. Originally, the history of hip hop was music that was countercultural and it was truth telling. It was speaking truth to power, right?
mm-hmm.
But
And
to
so
me,
we had the whole aspect of hip hop music, 80s, 90s, and of course you always have your conscious genres. But then we have the whole aspect of like even in popular times or in the 90s, I guess, when you have like a lot of gangster rap, a lot of hardcore like gangster rap stuff that was like really popular in the 90s stuff.
yeah.
And like a lot of that was still like really countercultural. And it was a lot of it was speaking against, it wasn't ignorant. It was, I mean, look, you always have your ignorant artists, but generally, in general, gangster rap was a lot about speaking against the power structure.
Uh-huh.
A lot of it was counter the police, not really be like they would say, I would do this and that,
Maybe the
but
early
like
hip
it
hop,
was
but
anti-police because it's because the police are fucking the bad guys, man. Like we gotta look at it like from that context, man. Like
Fuck the
the
police.
police are not
Let's
in
fuck 'em.
black communities. The police are not the good guys, right? And so a lot of white people will be like, "Oh, that's weird," because I love the police. They're great.
especially during this time in the origin of hip hop, late 80s, 90s, when they were cracking down on drugs, and there was this thing when you run.
Yeah,
Remember back when we were young, when you saw the police lights, you ran just for no
right.
reason. It was fun. It was a
Because
game.
not for no reason, because the motherfuckers were trying to stop and frisk niggas.
Hmm.
Like they was fucking with people,
We used to
and
scatter
then
them
like,
back in the day. Oh shit, police!
yeah, fuck yeah. And then like
That's
so
back when
and
I was
then when
jumping over fences.
speaking like further from like back when we was young and shit.
Yeah, I couldn't do that shit now,
When you could
man.
do
Jump
that
over
without hurting
fences.
yourself. But
Yeah.
like but even like
So,
even going back further than that, like black music has always been about like speaking from the heart, speaking about true raw emotion. Like I was talking to Claudine about this the other day, is like black people are, and I might have said this before on the show, but like I think black people, like the black community, is like a culture generating like entity. Like we
oh yeah,
generate like
we're culture injectors.
yeah, we create like American culture is black
It's
culture
black culture, 100%.
chopped up, right?
Yeah.
Like black people are 90% of what American culture is, and white people love it. And then
And
when they start
appropriate it.
loving it, they fucking repaint it,
They
right?
appropriate
But
it.
that's
Yeah.
just how it works, like from metal to fucking blues to
So,
fucking anything, you name it.
so I just like to say, I really like your points, there. Come on, like it's I'd like to add though, and I was gonna say this in the beginning that like what was it? So for let me ask you a question: was the topic literally named that? I don't remember. Black music.
No, black conservative fellowship drug. But no, he was saying that like throughout they brought up like the black conservatives brought up black music,
But they
rap
refer to
music.
it as black music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
as
Hip hop is
general
so
as a
ignorant,
general
so
term.
detrimental to the community.
Okay,
You know,
so
look at what they're talking about.
Oh God, I'd like to say that like, yeah, most people would think about hip hop, right? Especially growing up with it, you know, seeing it be created and pioneered in the way that it has been. But black music is not just hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. Like, what about jazz?
Oh, man.
That's much older.
Black.
What about rock music, which is much older?
You're obviously right, but I think hip hop is an amalgamation of all of those, right? Because hip hop is so wide ranging. You can use jazziness, you can use metal, you know.
You're right.
But I
You're
understand.
right.
I understand.
Right. But I'm saying like it's a more of an ignorant perspective coming from these conservatives saying that you say black music and automatically it's hip hop music, and to Kaman's point, like yeah, culturally it was about uplifting the black community through different messaging, right? And a lot of it happened to be about, you know, fuck the establishment, right? Because the establishment's trying to keep us down, but we need to rise above that. We need to rebel against it, right? So it's like there's a lot of different messages coming across through this art
survival
form. Right, through this art form. So yes, hip hop is definitely one of the broader facets of black music that has presented itself throughout history. But I would not pigeonhole, if they refer to it as general terms as just black music, I would not pigeonhole hip hop or black music as just hip hop, because there's so much more to it than that. We are so much more than just one genre of music, you know, throughout history.
Like I said, I think that speaks to the popularity of hip hop. Is that the fact that these Gen
white
Zers,
people love that
people,
shit.
they love it. They love hip hop.
100%.
Love that shit.
It's just another reason.
The style, the fashion.
It's just another reason of that cultural appropriation that we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that cool factor to the whole thing, like that kind of flauntiness. You know, a lot of rappers like Ric Flair. You know, I was watching a Ric Flair interview back in the day earlier this week. Man, Ric Flair was the man, bro. You know, I got the Rolex, I got the leather shoes. You know what I mean? It's all about that flashiness. But and I think that the all these people here nowadays, they don't know about the conscious rap and the commons and the rap that wants to uplift the community. All they hear now is the club. That's hip hop. You know, the club shit, the Drakes, the who's the guy I want to name? Future, the Futures, and the strip club music and the ignorance and the like, you know, this whole mythos that black men treat their women badly. You know, that comes from like that whole kind of drug hip hop. It's a big mixing pot of everything. You know what I mean? Like as in white men don't treat their women badly or something. You know what I mean? And it's just there was you know,
there was one point where Amanda Seales, she responded to, and I think it might have been the girl who was saying, she was talking about like black music and she was talking about rap or whatever. But Amanda Seales countered her points all at once. I don't remember which one.
Remember, she was like, "You're not going to call me sweetie. You're not going to disrespect me." And da da da. I thought that girl was kind of cool.
But like, what Amanda Seales pretty much like muted her whole fucking argument when she brought up the point, like, well, even if that's the case, that like rap music is violent, whatever, like they're not the ones putting it out. Like they're not the ones headlining it. Like black people don't own these record labels. Black people aren't the ones curating and putting this music in front of the public. That's not
the artists.
Yeah, they're just the artists. Their shit gets picked over and fucking tossed all the time.
Overproduced.
So like, who's really putting this out there?
the
Yeah,
artist
she
that
really
comes
has
to
shit
the
to say to
label,
that, you know?
the artist that
It's
comes to the
not
label with the conscious music that actually has a message and a meaning to it is rejected. But you
rarely.
can't
It's,
blame the
mhm.
label because that's what people want to hear. People want to hear the
I
ignorant stuff.
disagree.
They want to
I
hear the bass
disagree.
and the
I think people want. I think subject matter is kind of part of the game because yes, like
Mm-hmm.
violence is provocative. Like just like fucking mafia movies. People like violent movies, right? And they broadcast it like that. But I think like if they when they do put out conscious music, I think people eat that up too, right? You always have your people that only like violence heads. People only like gangster rap heads, right? But like we we were just talking about Chance the Rapper, and I don't know if y'all listen to like Chance the Rapper's like acid rap album, his old stuff,
Oh yeah, I listen to his
his
old
old
stuff.
mixtape 10
acid
Days and
rap
stuff
was
like
the
that.
first one I
Yeah.
had.
But like Chance the Rapper's, this was before he was part of a label, and the audience he generated off of this, and this was not Thug. This was not by Thug by far.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't conscious, but it wasn't Thug, and it wasn't like booty shake music. It was just all around
Yeah.
a good mix of feel good music, and that generated so much attention that the labels have to pick them up. But that's usually how it goes, right? Like even when you come down to Lupe Fiasco,
A lot of
like
guys,
his
Lupe, J. Cole.
like yeah, a lot of them there's stuff like I think Lupe did start off gangster, but then he changed when he started getting more
Nah,
spending. He got
he
more.
no, he didn't start out gangster at all. He was
Food and
like
Liquor is still one
he
of the
was
hardest.
conscious.
No,
He was
I mean
conscious
before. I think he
before Food and Liquor.
before Food and Liquor.
was
Yeah,
still
I'm
one of the
talking about
hardest
like
albums, bro.
his mixtape, like his when he was
Oh
first coming up into the rap game.
yeah.
He did have like a lot of like,
Yeah.
but he consciously he was like, yeah, I don't want to do that, so he changed. He changed
Yeah.
and he moved towards a more conscious direction, and that got so much love and attention, right? I
yeah.
think people like appreciate that stuff, Even when it comes to Kendrick Lamar, like he's far from a gangster rapper,
I think even black people, even though it's deemed our music that's loved by so many other
It's a-
races, I think there's only so much ignorance one person can take. I think at some point you want out of the ignorance. So
Well,
there's definitely
Yeah.
a space for
especially when we get
conscious
older.
rap
You
and
also-
conscious music and music with a message, jazz, as to Frank's point, or any other type of music, because there's just you want out of the ignorance.
You want
Like,
differences. You want
Mhm.
differences. Like it is one genre, but there's so many subsets within that you can listen to or appreciate. Right? It doesn't have to always be the booty shaking music or the gangster rap music or even the conscious music. Like just listening to the one, you're really limiting yourself to the beauty that is within the genre of hip hop, and then on a wider scale of black music. Right?
Mhm.
Like there's just so much that you can listen to, and you want differences. Like you're gonna be in moods for different shit.
Exactly.
Day by
Soundtracks
day,
to
week by
life.
week. Right.
You're in different
Right.
moods at different times of your life. You
Yeah,
need a
that's
soundtrack for that
and
shit.
That's why music is so fucking powerful,
Mhm.
because it taps directly into your emotions.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
you choose what you want to listen to based on how you're feeling most of the time, right?
100%.
So that music is really fucking powerful. So you want the differences, you want the differences, you want more, you want something more unique. That's why you remember when we were talking about remember when I was talking to y'all about the my top 20 groups, right? And
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
And I said that Outkast was my favorite group. Is because
Yeah.
they're so fucking unique, right?
Yes.
even
Like-
over a Tribe Called Quest, you will put
Tribe Called
Outkast
Quest
over a
is number
Tribe Called
two.
Quest.
Tribe Called Quest is number two.
Yeah.
So again, I'll explain real quick. The Tribe Called Quest would be number one for me because they have perfected the form of hip hop.
Uh-huh.
Outkast is above them for me because they have transcended the form. They are so fucking unique. There's no one else like them. There will never be anyone else like them. And that as a whole makes them over a Tribe Called Quest. But yes, Tribe Called Quest to me is the best hip hop group ever under Outkast because they have perfected the form. And
I know you just talking about a new Andre 3000 album the other day, man. He just brought that shit
Well,
up, man.
I was saying he should.
it's another flute album.
That's the thing. You only got the flute album. But
totally
I
forgot
was
about
just
it.
saying because we saw the Clips album. I don't know if you listened to the Clips album, Frank, but it's actually
No, I
it's
need to.
it
I
is
need to.
surprisingly on point.
I heard
It's
it's
actually
really
Like
still
good.
good music out there.
it's so good. It is surprisingly good. But I was just saying, like, hey man, like
Yeah,
if
I
they
even
can pull
went.
it off,
I was loving when
he can come back too.
I was loving when LL Cool J came back with The Force, right?
Mhm.
Like it was an entirely Q-Tip
When was
produced
that?
album. This was earlier this year. It was like a few months
Oh,
ago.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it's called The Force. And
Okay, all right.
it's LL Cool J coming back like full steam ahead, entirely Q-Tip produced album, and I'm like, yeah. And then
Oh shit.
in the same month,
Okay.
in the same month you had oh my god, was it Snoop before the Trump shit? Like, but
Oh my
like
god,
it
dude.
was. But I
That's
think
so disappointing.
Snoop came back. Snoop came out with a new album. Yes, Snoop came back with a new album in that same month, and then in like a month, like about a month before, there was another new album. Was it Black Star that came out with the new album? Or was that
No, it couldn't have
last
been
year?
Black. So
That was last
I
year.
did hear there was a Black
I
Star too.
remember. I still never heard that Black Star album.
I did go check out Supreme Clientele too. And
So,
I didn't. I mean, they just don't have that
uh,
same
yeah, I was disappointed. I
sound
ain't gonna lie.
as back in the day. Yeah, it just they lost something without RZA. But that Wu factor is
Yeah.
not there.
Whoa.
But speaking of Q-Tip, man, I think he might be one of the goats, man, because his flow is cool, his productions
Yes.
are cool.
100% agree.
Yes.
I mean, how many
Yes.
people were not
Yeah.
influenced by Q-Tip? Kanye. I mean, everybody
Yep.
listened to Q-Tip.
Yo,
Like,
hey,
Q-Tip-
crazy shit.
Q-Tip
Hey,
is one of the
Q-Tip
goats for
dropped
me.
another track like 2 days
his
ago. I
flow
listened
was
to that joint
always
earlier
tight. You could
today.
tell his voice.
Damn
And I
it.
was nodding my head like shit on that joint.
I
Mhm.
gotta listen to that because Q-Tip, like, yeah, to me, he's one of the goats. Like,
What was his album he came out with? A vibrant thing. Vibrant.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a
What was
Tribe
the
Called
name of
Quest
that album?
That was
I
Tribe
have
Called
that
Quest.
shit. That shit
People
was a great album.
Distinctive.
It was
But he had a
Distinctive.
solo album.
The Renaissance.
yeah,
The Renaissance.
Yo,
That shit
That
was
was my
hard.
shit, son. I
still
played
to
that
this
joint.
day. Still to this
All right, I
day,
need to break it
that
out
is on
again.
rotation. That is on rotation still to this day for me. That
I
year,
haven't listened to that joint forever. I was thinking about
that
it
year,
earlier.
my man took home like all the Grammys.
Yeah.
That year, he took
that song was tight.
home all the Grammys that year, and I'm like, yo, that album to this day is on rotation, just like the Black Star album is on rotation, and just like Midnight Marauders is constant rotation from Tribe.
The Love Movement. Love Movement album.
Love
yeah.
Movement. Love Movement has
all Tribe's joints were pretty good.
All
man.
Tribe
of them.
Jones, you just let him ride.
yeah,
And they
just
still
let it
hold
ride.
up. They still hold up to
Just
this
let it
day,
ride.
man. Like you could just put on the Tribe album and just roll with it. Like
Yeah, Love Movement has my
y'all about to make me
favorite
listen to
Tribe
Tribe.
song.
Yo, hey, real shit, right? I'm about to fucking jam tonight, yo. Hey, man. I'm about to throw some Monster Hunter and put on my music. But yo, going back to this though, like I gotta say, we have to be clear. These conservatives are being fundamentally dishonest. Fundamentally dishonest when they
With
say
themselves.
black music is the crux of black people's problems. Shut the fuck up.
No, stop.
Get out of my
Stop.
face with that.
Stop.
You're
Damn sure ain't the crux. And
You know what the fuck you're talking
that's why I
about.
said her whole point was proven by the whole systemic racism thing. Like when they actively pass laws and try to keep a people down and keep them from advancing economically and financially and just socially, when you're actively keeping people down like that, it's old now, man. It was no longer just, well, this happenstance happened and we got to get over it. And no, you actively denied people the chance to build generational wealth for them and their families. Like you
systematically and
didn't give them
repeatedly.
the same economic opportunities and base that you gave to other people, which is why there is no comparison nowadays between like, the Mexicans and the blue. When people say, well, these Eastern Indians came over here and they built businesses and they built this and they built what they weren't enslaved and actively, they weren't acted against and targeted to not have anything. You know what I mean?
And when they came with like nobody came overseas except for us when we were dragged overseas. They didn't come with nothing.
And the large majority of blacks didn't end up in the United States, right? I think a lot of them ended up in South America, Brazil. So that tells you about slave breeding. How did we get here then? We didn't just they had
It
to
was
breed
crazy.
somehow, right? When they stopped transporting them across the Atlantic, right? So, like we are definitely owed, and it's one of those things. I just think it's such a hotbed. It's such a hot button topic because most of America does not stand to benefit from reparations. So it makes sense that you would not.
I disagree to that
You
too.
would
I
not
gotta
care.
say,
Like a Mexican American who's fighting
I
for
think,
who's fighting
I
ICE
think they
agents, who's
don't
worried about
think
ICE
they
right now,
stand to
does not care
benefit.
about black reparations.
I think
And I get
people
that.
don't stand. I think people think they don't stand to benefit from black people getting reparations. But America, if black people receive reparations, America will fundamentally change for the better. There will be less homelessness. There will be less poverty. There will be less crime. There will be more businesses. There will be more innovations. There will be more. The economy is going to fucking explode. Like, they think they don't have anything to gain, but every American has a fucking futuristic of a future of infinity gain if black people get reparations. But they won't believe. They ain't not gonna believe it. They refuse to believe it.
Gentlemen, if you think like if so, let's say reparations does happen. Let's say it's happening next week, right? Do you think for a second that check coming to all of us is going to be substantial enough to change the economy? We're probably gonna get a check for like $100.
Oh,
and
that
I call
look.
reparations. I'm just
Well,
saying,
like
If they're
there's so
honest,
many
let's
of
say
us.
fine. Let's say if they're honest, okay.
There's so many of us. There's so many of us, and then we're talking about diluting, right?
Hey,
Like,
real shit. That's some
we're talking
shit
about,
Trump would do. That's some shit Trump would do.
and he
You
would
don't think that
call it.
nigga would do? He would be
call it,
like, "I gave black
done.
people reparations. They all got $50.
We're done.
They all got $50.
Right.
I don't know why they're complaining. I gave them the money. They should be thanking me.
It's what they've been
They're not
asking
thanking me.
for.
They're not thankful. Like 100%, he would do that shit and just be like, I don't know why y'all niggas don't like it.
They have to be honest with themselves. And
That
I'll
shit is
say
fucking infuriating just thinking about that shit. That is so
they
infuriating.
have to be honest with themselves. It has to be a substantial amount of money. I think it would help. I think it would benefit the
That's
economy as far
perfect
as
world.
the
That's
purchasing
perfect
power
world,
that
man.
individuals would have. If they cut me a check, the first thing I'm thinking is home ownership. I mean, that's me personally. I mean,
$100.
well, like I said, you have to be honest with yourself.
That is like
You gotta be honest.
$0.0000000.
$100. We got more than that for COVID.
5%
So
of a
don't
down
sell
payment.
Nah, we got more than that for COVID, bro. So if you're talking about reparations, I think it would be enough because they owe so much. I think it would be enough to significantly impact the
If they're
economy.
honest about
If they
it,
were
yeah.
honest.
There's estimates in the trillions that black people owed for the labor for work done for foundations. Like the estimates are in the multiple of trillions.
But split between how many of us, and then maybe per family.
Well, we're not talking about the entire American population. We are still a minority.
I know. I'm saying of us. Like between how many of us, and then are they really going to be honest? Right? Like, is there really going to be? Are they really going to have someone who's going to calculate the exact number? Well, they have that, but is there really going to be? Are they really going to tell us what that number really is, and then split it evenly?
It would have to be such an open process, like a fundamentally open process for niggas to believe.
We need a champion.
Like y'all been cheating us for 400 years. Y'all been lying to us for 400. Y'all been stealing from us for 400 years. You want me to believe you now?
We would need a champion on the inside.
Just $50 ain't enough.
Yeah, excuse us if we don't trust you. You know what I'm saying?
But, all right, let's do the last one. So did y'all watch it all the way to the end where she had the discussion with that one dude with it was wild. This dude had a effing dashiki on.
Yeah, I liked him though.
And he had the Colonel Mustard fucking mutton chops.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, you were conservative? Like, you didn't look the part, The only other guy I've heard from that whole list of conservatives is the very first guy. What's his name? The very first guy. You seen that dude?
The guy with the button down?
The very first guy she started debating. I forget his name.
Oh, with the white
guy.
beard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's the only one I've seen before. But he's a clown.
Oh,
If you look at his page, any of his videos, he's got a 1776 American flag in the background, like hanging up, like one of his decorations. And I'm like, that right there tells me your coonness. Like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
no.
1776. What the hell
I've
were
never
you
seen
doing
that
in
guy before.
1776?
Don't talk to me.
You're right. Like, so
So you look like your breath stink. Don't talk to me, sir.
I mean, your coonness is on show on display from the very beginning when I've seen you. But he's the only one I've heard. But the brother in the dashiki, I was surprised. I was like, you're a conservative, man, because you seem fairly open-minded to be a conservative.
Hey, mind you, Umar Johnson is a conservative. He's not his niggas, but Umar Johnson is a conservative.
Yeah, I heard Umar's in trouble lately too, man.
He's a doctor.
Damn.
Doc.
Umar, I remember I used to, and I still respect Umar, but he used to be like one of my top speakers. I would listen to like almost every lecture he came out with.
Me too. I mean, he's motivational and like he's fast talking. He's got good lines.
Yeah, but he just really, it's a lot of ego coming in with him or something. The whole thing with the school and like, damn, Umar.
Yeah, that's when they start asking for like large sums of money. That's when you be like, all right, guys, hold on, slow down. Let's watch where he going. But all right. So the last question, on this one, so they had the one-on-one. She brought him back because they had talked earlier, so they could have a one-on-one to finish out the whole section. And I think he proposed this topic. And this topic was Black people as a community need to walk away from the Democratic Party. Now, that is a hot button topic, and there's reasons and answers, but
I can't say that I don't agree. But what's the alternative?
That's the answer. Yep. There it is. That's it all together. That's it. That's the whole thing.
Because if you're going to continually use us as puppets and just like dangling this carrot, like here we go with the dangling the carrot, like Marvel. I want Marvel to dangle the carrot, but I don't want the Democrats to do that shit. Like, why should
dangling these carrots?
How do we break into the overall political spectrum if you don't belong? If you don't join either or banner, you know what I mean? You have to be Republican or Democrat. It's a two-party system, right? Right.
Yeah, that's the fundamental issue. We have a two-party system. It's kind of locked and loaded at that, and the third parties I think for the third party. I know, right? Like that's the thing, right?
I was about to agree with you till you
like that's the answer. It's like you could. You want to throw your vote?
Try.
We are literally stuck with, and so my only issue is that he's being fundamentally dishonest, because if he thinks that the Republican Party is going to give any kind of shits about Black people if we vote for them, I think, well, one, I feel like the whole thing's been demonstrated now as we're experiencing currently. But like, they don't give two shits. They don't like Black people. The Republican Conservative Party is not interested in benefiting people of color.
There's been, since it's a two-party system, you gravitate towards one or the other. Underserved, underprivileged, minority communities have gravitated towards the Democrats. Overprivileged, wealthy people have gravitated towards the Republicans, right? So it's the fault of the system, because I don't disagree with them. We do need to walk away from the Democrats if we're going to constantly be used and not served, right? Like, that's the whole point of us joining you. You're supposed to serve our community, right? Like, so if you're not doing that and you constantly dangle this thing in front of us and say, hey, come on here, we're going to do this for you, and you don't do it. But, what is the alternative? Like Frank said, you could run as an independent. but you know where that's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nowhere.
That's what he's doing. Mhm.
which is why I was surprised that this brother, like, I'm sorry I don't remember his name. I'm surprised that he was a conservative because that seems like an extremely radical point of view. You know, I thought him and Amanda
His
Seals,
name is John Samuels.
and the way him and Amanda Seals were dressed, I know some of the people were clowning Amanda Seals in the comments. I thought she was cute. You know what I mean? I thought she looked good. You know, I think that's probably why she chose him at the end because she was like, I might be a little more relatable to this dude than.
I think that's what she said. She was like, I can actually probably talk with him
Talk to
about something.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
But
seems almost reasonable.
I did not disagree with that guy. What do you think, Juice? What do you think? Because I do think that black people overwhelmingly support the Democratic Party. Like, we know who we're voting for before it even happens. We know. Like, you're
For
on one
me,
side
fundamentally, it comes down to one thing. Like, we vote for the party that's least hostile to the black people. The Republican Party is openly hostile towards minorities, but black people in particular, they're openly hostile
yeah.
towards black people.
Uh,
Like, I don't know how anybody's confused about this. They do not. They have everything to do but call us a bunch of packing niggas. Like, that's it. If they did that, then maybe they would understand.
I know y'all hate on Kanye nowadays, but as Kanye
they
said,
do,
they
but
do not like black
those
people.
work.
They do.
Yeah. We just haven't caught him on Trump on camera yet. But like, that it's really not a question. It's like, why would you vote for the fucking people who hate you? Like, why? Like, at least the Democrats, I don't think they like us, but I also don't think that they hate us as much.
Less so, right?
The only argument I can say is just to do something.
That's it.
You know, because the only argument I can say is just to do something different. You know, because the status quo has not been working, and I think that
we are different now.
Black people feel the economic plight of
we are in the different.
I think
we're swimming in the different.
As a whole, the black community feels the economic strain of the country more so than other communities because we have been so impoverished for so long, and you know, you're kind of used to being poor, and you know, you kind of make do with it, but we feel the strain. Like, the only argument I can say is for abandoning the Democratic Party, just switch it up, just to do something different. Like, you know, because it's a two-party system. You only got two to choose from. It's only these.
We got to switch up the leadership. Like,
A or B, which one? So
the leadership has to be switched up.
Has to restart or reset to make any significant changes. Like, everything is so locked in now. You know, that's why we laughed when Frank brought up independent, because that doesn't even. If you run as an independent, you are forfeiting the race from the jump. From the jump street, you're forfeited. You know,
I like to think that there's a like fantasy scenario where like black people can organize enough to get every black person to move to a particular specific third party. Now that is that move, what it would take to do that. I don't know what would have to happen. I don't know what kind of godlike figure would need to manifest himself or herself. I don't know how we would do that. That's as unlikely as reparations.
The closest we could have came. The closest we could have ever
if
came.
If reparations happened, they're afraid of that.
$100. This going to happen.
Oh my God!
Ever could have came to the third party was Obama's first term. If Obama said, "Hey, I'm running as an independent," or I'm running as whatever party he decided, I think that was the most galvanized that the black community was.
If he ran as an independent, he would have lost.
100%, because you can't fight the power structure. You can't. You're participating in it.
Wait, are you talking about back then, or are you talking about now?
Back then, like back as when he first.
Back then.
And what if he ran now as an independent?
That galvanization of the black community to
he can't. Well, he can't run.
I remember I was working in Springfield, Virginia, on election day, right? And I worked at night. And I'm going home the day of election. I mean, the traffic was ridiculous for Obama's, and this might have been his inauguration. I'm talking about election day. Might have been his inauguration day. I mean, the traffic was ridiculous, man. I mean, the people were driving up to go see Obama. Like that unity of movement for the black community, I think would have been the closest we could have ever came to. It would only rode on the dependency if Obama said, "I'm running independently." I think we could have achieved something then. I don't think now.
Here. I have a scenario. That I think could potentially work. I mean, look, I'll throw it as a passive scenario. What could have, I think, potentially would have happened
You need
if
that
Bernie Sanders had instead of lining up.
I'll give you Bernie. Yeah.
If Bernie Sanders had won, if he had lined up, and instead of lining up with the Democrats, been like, okay, fine, I can see whatever. If he had, and this is still a long shot, I'm not sure, but niggas lost anyway.
There was a moment in time where Bernie had some traction.
He could have moved. I feel like maybe scenario. He could have moved as an independent, ran as an independent, brought every young person ever at the time who was of voting age with him, and he had a declared black popular person. I don't know who. A declared black popular progressive person.
Yeah.
As his running mate.
Mm-hmm.
Then he could have pulled not all black people, because niggas is niggas, but like he could have pulled a lot of black people. So with that infusion of progressive young people, because look, progressive young people and the degree of black people, he could have potentially pulled enough people to make a viable third party, but I don't know. I mean, look, niggas lost to Trump anyway. This was went on in 2016. That would have to be 2016.
There was a moment in time where Bernie had a lot of traction. You're absolutely right. I totally forgot about Bernie. And I remember it was a big deal when he was deciding which party he was going to run as, because there was some kerfluffle, to use a term, a white people term, who he was he going to run as an independent? Was he going to run as a Democrat? I remember that. I remember because he was unsure. And then
the way the Democrats hated this dude.
Yeah, and he decided to run as a Democrat because people were listening to Bernie. We were like, damn, the shit he's saying makes a lot of sense, bro. I mean,
niggas was like, you can do that
for everybody, That's
how.
Right, like that. He's saying how I feel, like black, white. He had a lot of traction at first, and he lost to Trump. It was the Trump's first term. Was that it? Was that it? Who did Bernie? No. Who was Bernie up against?
Hillary.
Okay, yeah,
Hillary.
Yeah. And then Hillary lost to Trump. Yeah, right.
I got a scenario for y'all. It's a little more likely. It's gonna take some, maybe a bit of a reach, but let's just bear with me here, right? So Trump is in office now, right? This is his last term, but he's known to do stupid shit to shake things up. What if Trump signs into law? Let's just suppose he signs into law, breaking the rule that you can run for more than 2 terms. Now,
I'm anticipating it.
He writes it. I am too. He writes it into law. He tries to run for a 3rd term. He loses because guess who's on the other side waiting for him because he wrote it into law? Obama. Obama.
Oh, the feels.
See, that's like
that's the like retribution.
That's like revealing Thanos or something, man. Come on.
No, that is no. So the reason why I think
cataclysmic shit.
So I'm thinking that
the poetic justice.
If that were to come to
like
be,
Trump were
to do that, Obama will step up, and he'd be like,
with a big sword on his back
grave.
Like this.
Yeah, you dug your own grave.
Obama come out that joke like
you dug your own grave.
Like,
and
I've been waiting for this.
I've got to do it myself, right?
He like, here, take a senzu bean. Let's do this. He give Trump a senzu bean. All right, let's do.
But I'm saying like he's like, you just dug your own grave, Trump. So with the way things are now, especially with Trump's own supporters like turning their back on him, if Obama comes in, man, everybody's voting for Obama.
Oh yeah, 100%, bro. What?
Obama, right? So it's like it's a bit of a chess match. But I'm almost counting on Trump to try to do this so that Obama can come back and be like, let's go. I'm going to be back where I belong. We can hope.
Oh man, I would love it. And like real talk, more than anything, that poetic justice,
yes,
like that should be like a novel and like
it would almost
a bedtime story. You would sleep so well after hearing that story.
It would almost be worth the shit that we're going through and that we're about to go through. Like,
oh yeah,
it would
all of this
almost be worth it. Like
just for that movie story,
just for
ending.
like that textbook, that perfect ending. Right.
The problem with like changing with any particular participant changing the system is that you are participating in it when you reach the level of presidency of the United States, right? Like, so
yeah,
you're not.
So only rich people get to do that.
Is the president, is the office of the president of the United States there to change anything, or are you there to maintain the status quo of the overall system? You know, like
it depends on the person.
That's like the fundamental thing.
Trump is fundamentally changing the way our government works.
He wants to leave an impact. He wants to leave an impact. Yeah. He wants his presidency to be remembered. He wants to
bigger
go down
than
in
something
history.
like Obamacare, something that can be torn down after he's out. You know,
he's already made attempts at this with his first presidency, i.e., COVID, how that was handled, right, and that was a failure. So right now he's going in guns blazing from day one. He's going in. We haven't said he's been a fucking year bullshit. Yet. He's going in, and he wants to be remembered for making an impact on this nation's history. However he can, because that he doesn't care good or bad. That's how he is. That's how he is as a celebrity personality, as an actor. He wants to be remembered. He wants to make that
infamous
impact with that one thing, that one TV show or movie or something that he's known for. In this case, he somehow became the fucking president of the United States twice, and he has that much more time
in America
to make that impact be known, and he's well on his way. He's well on his way in a very bad way. He's well on his way. It's just going to keep escalating.
Yeah, you know, and I am not a Trump supporter, obviously. I like to play devil's advocate with Trump a lot. But it's not, I don't think a lot of it is he's a participant in the system as well. He participates. The system allows him to do the things that he's doing, so then he does it, you know. So
he allows himself to do the things he's doing. As the president, he is at the top. He's the executive.
That's why I go back to my question: like, is the president there to change, or is he there to maintain the status quo for the next electorate that come in?
It depends on the guy.
Depends on the president.
Because we all know that there's an elected bureaucracy that comes in D.C. every 4 years or every election cycle. But there's also an entrenched bureaucracy that's there beyond elections and beyond.
They just follow his
Trump
orders.
Fired all of them.
Right. They just follow his orders.
He did shake it up.
He also has the ability to do what Trump did, was to get rid of them all and to bring people in that align more with his ideals.
Man, when you like, even beyond, you know, as an American citizen, even beyond like reparations and these issues, one of the most scariest topics that you can ever cover is economics, bro. Like the world economy and how like the dollar versus everything else. Like that's probably one of the most scary, because that affects everybody, you know, regardless, black, white, you know, it's
the U.S. position as the world reserve currency is in jeopardy.
It's scary, now, bro. With BRICS and all this shit, you start reading, you know, the European Union and all this shit. You're like, oh shit.
They looking at America like we fucking crazy,
right? Like we done fucked. You done fucked up. Like, yeah, you thought you was on top. I guess we have this sense of like just exclusion because of our geography, and we're so separated from the rest of the world that we don't feel world issues the same way, you know. We get caught up in that Western mentality of thinking, I need to travel. I need to travel to Europe. I remember I talked to Juice. I think I messaged you or something. This man was like, yeah, Me and my wife headed to Paris right now. You know what I mean? On the way to Eiffel Tower and shit. You know what I mean? I think I talked to you that morning. Y'all were driving there, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I gotta travel, man. You know? Yeah, because you were telling me how you saw like the windmills and the fucking old school. Like it felt old there. You know?
It did feel old. It was a very different place.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man.
And I think that's where most Americans are. We're just kind of caught up in our bubble of the world, outside of the world, and we just get disillusioned with world issues and topics. But reparations means a lot to us.
$100.
Bro, black people would save the world if they would just give us the reparations. We will save the world. Hey, America, listen, I'm telling you, just believe me. We will save this fucking world.
That's because of the amount of debt owed. But I think I saw a guy calculate reparations once, right? Like he was looking at the wealth of the businesses that were established. You know, like a lot of these businesses like GE and shit, these companies are 200 years old. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these banking cartels go back 150, 200 years. So they have stakes in slavery. And so they were looking at valuations of these companies that exist today and what they're worth versus the labor or the, you know, that they did not pay out back in the day. There's a way you can calculate it, bro. There is, but I think they are so far in debt that like it goes back to the foundational roots of a lot of these banks and these companies. So like that's why I said I don't think they'll ever give it, because it could destroy them. You know what I mean? If they were fair and honest about what they owe, it could jeopardize the actual, you know, the construct of the business that you're taking that wealth from.
That's giving our political structure a lot of credit, because they will not be fair and honest. They're going to put that money towards something else.
When you own a person for 25 years and they produce 3 children, and you evaluate that person and their 3 children, plus the amount of labor they provided for you over that 25 to 50 years, whatever it is, I mean, you owe trillions of dollars, bro. Like if you adjust that for inflation today, you know, like it's an impossible task almost.
They're also going to use the excuse that it wasn't us. It was ancestors.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. I didn't do that shit. I thought it was wrong.
But they're also going to do that on the other side for the black people too.
But you're not really.
It wasn't y'all. You know, it wasn't y'all that were enslaved. It was your ancestors.
They say that shit now.
So we'll give it. So we'll
that's a dishonest argument. Then
there was
we'll give you a percentage of what you're owed.
There was a case in California, and I was talking to my boy Andrew. Shout out to my boy Andrew again. And he was saying, I remember reading this article, something on Instagram, something where this case in California where this black family sued the state of California because their land was wrongfully taken from them by like a white mob or something back in the day. And I'm talking about like 1800s, right? And they sued them recently, you know, maybe 5-10 years ago. And they won that case, and the land was awarded back to this family, you know. And like, think about all those instances that happened throughout the United States, where a family owned land that could be worth millions of dollars today that was unjustly, unrightfully, unlawfully taken from them. The whole issue is just too convoluted for them to ever actually want to do anything about it. You know,
that's just one case.
And that's just one case, yeah, 100%.
You know, we're talking about
just all over Texas, Oklahoma.
We're talking about tens of millions of people. You know, separate instances, separate cases, whatever have you. Like, they're not gonna concentrate on that shit.
The law works the way it works. So, like, you can say it wasn't me that was enslaved, but that property, that value would pass down to the next generation in line. So, I don't want to hear anything about.
But what about legality? But what about legality? What if let's say you are owed land and or money, right? And what about if your ancestor decided to write a will and none of that goes to you?
Mm-hmm.
They can tie reparations in with legality in those circumstances. That's
then it comes down to, and then it comes down to trusting your cousin Bob,
right?
And everything went to him. And you know how black people is with money.
Right. What
Yeah,
if
we
what
fighting
what
like a
if
mug.
what if your ancestor said, well, my massa sure treated me right, so I'm gonna leave everything that I have to him and
They
his
said
Hell
when they
family.
nah,
could.
bro. You
They
better not,
wrote
bro.
And
when they
so
couldn't write.
Hey,
so
Frank, you pissing
reparations
me
won't
off,
go to
man. That
you.
can't happen.
What? Why can't it happen?
No,
Hey,
man.
real shit.
Reparations
You
won't
Hey,
better
go to
not
like I
be
you.
said
here,
before,
massa.
Listen,
like I said
reparations.
before, give it your best shot. Like, give it your best fucking college try.
It's
Come on, let's see what happens. We'll sort it out when it happens.
but I'm saying in
If
this
that's a
case,
problem, let's chop that shit up when we get there.
reparations won't go to you. It'll go to the family of the descendants of the person who was the slave master.
Damn,
Not
that's
saying
Mhm.
specifically
crazy.
that'll happen, but it's very much
It is possible,
possible.
100%. Like if you left all of your
Or it could have
stuff to
been
the master,
through manipulation.
I'm
It
like,
could
you
have been through
cool.
manipulation because we didn't exist. We don't know what happened back then, and it's like
We weren't educated as a people back then. You were enslaved, so you
right,
didn't understand what you were signing over and
right.
what you.
Massa could have easily just said,
Hey,
hey,
just put your mark here. This
just
is
put
going to go to you and your kids.
just
Yeah.
sign here. Just sign here. I'll take care. I'll write everything for you. Just
Mm-hmm.
sign here. Don't worry. You'll get your money. And don't know how to read or write. Could not go over that contract. Could not go over that document. And well, descendants are fucked. If there is any
I guess it's
reparations that come
possible, but
down the
that's
line,
really far fetched considering they didn't even consider these people as people.
that's
They ain't
true.
think these niggas, they ain't
We
think
didn't
these
even.
black folks ever gonna get nothing.
We weren't even considered. We were considered. We were only
Yeah,
considered 3/5 of a person.
yeah.
I
They won't
mean,
write
that
no
right
wills for
there
black for
tells
their
you that
slaves.
reparations are owed. If you weren't
What
even legally
you gonna
represented,
pass down your pickaxe? Like, nah, I ain't care.
That right there doesn't mean reparations are owed. That right there was law from the courts, from the Supreme Court. That was law. So the 3/5 compromise was not something that automatically dictates that we are owed any kind of reparation for that law existing.
morally, it does.
Of course.
Morally, if you're considering someone 3/5 of a person, that yeah, of course, that was between rich Southern slave owners and Northern wealthy men and representation in Congress and in stuff like that. That's what that was for. Like
Mhm.
if they could only count 3/5 of you only count as 3/5 of a person, your population is not exploding more than New England or something. Yeah, that was to benefit white men. That wasn't you know
So
yeah, the whole issue. But I agree with Juice. Give it your best shot, bro. You
Yeah,
got to do something about it
give it
because
your goddamn, give it the old college try.
all
the
right, y'all
fact that
getting
the
20
subject is
bucks.
still prevalent means that there's validity to it. You know what I mean? It's a valid point. You
Yeah.
owe it, and
Mhm.
But
you
if you
know
They
get a
know.
check
we
if you
wouldn't
get a
still be
check
Ain't
talking
nobody
about it
gonna
if you
accept
if
didn't
you
that.
get
owe
a
it.
check in the mail for $20 and then the note in the memo in the check it says
Stop that,
reparations
Frank.
check for your family.
Frank, that's the
It's
second time you done
reparations.
pissed me off. You said $20
It's
reparations check,
reparations.
and you
It's
said he
Nah,
counted
reparations.
like
bills
if
to the
you
master.
really want
Numbers
to
getting
spark the next
lower.
civil war, if you really want to spark the next civil war,
Do
they gonna
that.
spend that $20 on bullets.
Yeah,
Like,
because that would just be a slap in the
I'll buy
face.
you like
like,
half a
oh,
pack.
you poking the bear. Like they're poking the bear. I think every black person gonna be on board. With like, okay, they poke. All right, they fucking around. I
And
guess the
I think
conversation is not happening, is it?
one
Stranger things have happened.
one of the points that
Yeah.
one of
Stranger
the
things have
conservatives
happened.
brought up was that the cash is not going to help. The cash is not going to help, and I agree with Amanda Sills. It definitely will help. Like
Yeah.
everybody,
What you mean
I
by
don't
that?
care who you are, black, white, in this economy, Hispanic, everyone could use an infusion of cash. Like if they sent you a check for $20,000, no one is going to turn that down. I don't care
twenty
if you're a
dollars.
black,
$20.
white, even if it's 20, but I'll be pissed. That's a slap in the face. That's
That's a
disrespectful.
slap in the face. That's a fucking.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Fuck around, and find out.
How long have we as a community been getting slapped in the face
It's
by
probably
government?
cost you more than $20 to print out all these damn checks
Uh huh.
and send them.
Uh
It costs
huh.
you way more than $20. You gonna give
Makes
me
it even more
$20?
insulting. Makes it even more insulting, doesn't it?
Yeah, like Jew said, if you want to start the next civil war, then you go ahead and do that. But you got to
I
be
think
honest.
that's
Stranger things have happened. I'm
I
saying
think it goes
Mhm.
back to the core
it could be
foundation of a
I
intentional.
think
lot of this.
I feel like that would be a pivotal shift in the black people's
That could be what you're
like
talking about. That could be the thing we
perspective.
need.
Yeah, like if that's what they gonna do, like if that's what y'all gonna do, then like there's a number of things we about to not do no more.
What you not about
Like
to
there's
do?
a number of things we about to not fuck with no more.
Where's that from? What you not about to
Oh,
do?
so this is our investment. This is the payoff for our investment into this shit. All right, well, I guess
I
let's
think
see what happens.
it's so
I don't know.
ingrained. You know what they call this, like like Black Americans are not necessarily quote unquote African Americans, because African Americans are African Americans. Where who termed, I think Tariq Nasheed said, the foundational Black Americans. I think a lot of the question of reparations goes back to the foundation of the American economy as a whole, from the inception of the country. Dog. I'm talking about 1776 and beyond, and before that. So like to get to the root of this is just it's so diluted. It's just so
It's convoluted. It's not going to happen in
mixed
our
up.
lifetime.
Yeah, it's
I'd be
just
very
I
surprised
don't
if
even
it
think
did.
they can. I don't think
Oh, they
they
absolutely
Well,
can.
fuck around and send people $20. See what happens.
Nah,
Yeah. Frank pissed me off with that shit. Bro.
you'll see.
Hey,
Fuck around.
and the black dude leaving his will to the master. I'm sure that probably happened just from willful ignorance.
Will
like
of what?
Yes.
But that shit pisses me off. You gonna leave it to this dude?
That is fraudulent.
Manipulation
You
is
didn't know
very
no
real.
better. Yeah.
Manipulation
You
is
didn't know.
very real. Positive relationships between the slave and the master were very real, right? There were masters that treated their slaves. There were masters that treated their slaves very well. So it could either be a matter of the slave saying like he was so good to me, or they were so
I
good
trust
to me.
his word. I'm gonna sign this.
I'm gonna leave everything I own.
What's the dude's name from
I know
Django?
he'll take care of
Steven?
my family. Steven. Yeah.
Yeah, Steven, man. Steven loved his master.
Hey, when he got shot,
Loved his master.
Candy got shot. That nigga Steven was hurt. He's like, he's crazy with a little shit. Yeah, he was hurt. He said, make up your room. Make up your room for who? He said, he gonna be staying. That nigga there? Said that nigga there? He's gonna be staying in the big house? Steven couldn't believe it. He said, this nigga here?
Who?
Steven was classic. He was a classic coon, bro.
Oh, man.
Classic house Negro, man. That's crazy.
Yep.
And I almost wonder, like, how did they even pitch that role to Samuel Jackson? Like, he had to do it just because he knew he was the one
Quentin
to do
Tarantino.
He could pull that shit off.
Like just he's like Quentin Tarantino has Sam Jackson in all of his movies.
But he does everything, like Jackie Brown, Pulp Fiction. He's in everything. He's in all.
Pulp Fiction.
The Hateful Eight.
All Hateful Eight.
Yeah,
that shit.
Yeah.
He's like a Tarantino staple. But when Tarantino comes to Sam Jackson with that script for Django, like, how the fuck do you, like, you know what I mean? Sam Jackson, you play the house nigga, okay?
Well, Sam Jackson. Well, I mean, I'm sure he trusts. It's Quentin Tarantino. Like,
and that shit was perfect. It was perfect casting, bro.
Quentin Tarantino. Not a lot of people say no to him, but like at the same time, like.
But you know, Quentin has always had these like underhanded racist scenes in his movies. He's always had 100%. Like white guys saying niggers and stuff in the back. Like what was the movie? Reservoir Dogs. That was my first introduction to Tarantino. That movie was still fucking tight. I still love Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Just casually niggers this and niggers that in the background. So Quentin's always played. He's always straddled that line.
Definitely.
He does it for like
I remember when Leonardo DiCaprio, like, he had trouble saying nigga, like,
I would imagine Leo wasn't that type of
And then Sam Jackson was the one that came up to him. He's like, "Yo, you better say this fucking word because we need to act. We need to act. This is just acting. We need to get this through. You better say that fucking word. So say it now. Say it now. Get it out the way."
The beauty of that is you can see the strain in Leo to say it. Every time he said it in the movie, you can see the strain. It didn't just roll off like him versus Samuel, where it just rolled off.
Okay,
this nigga here?
Dude, it's like drawing a blade across the throat. It's like, how many times you gonna do it for you?
You can see the uncomfortable.
Every time, it's fucking Russian roulette. Like,
it was smoothed out by Sam.
Which is going to be the big one.
Natural at the word. This nigga right here. You know what I mean?
living in this house.
Yo, Django's my fucking movie. I need to go back and watch it. That movie is like that's like a classic movie, man.
Even though I didn't buy
all the
Django
way
just
through. I
walking
love
around
that shit.
talking to these white folks like this. I'm like,
I
Django didn't
loved
snatch
it
you off
though.
that goddamn horse. You know what I'm saying?
No, I love that he
Well-
did it though. Like the fact that it was there in the movie, suspended my disbelief. I loved it. It was so much fun.
So kind of to your point earlier, D, like Django was the type of movie where, like,
It's like a sci-fi.
Quentin Tarantino is definitely has racist undertones and overtones in his movies. I felt like this was like the opposite direction for the main character, right? Like he's just walking around being friendly with a white dude, a white German guy, like just being real friendly with him. They're partners and they're doing crazy shit together, and at the same time, like he was showing like how Django like owned everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he walked into a room and Django had presence, right? But yet the movie's still called Django Unchained. I'm like, fuck, So there was a lot I felt that he was trying to make the character seem very powerful in that regard, but then he also felt like it was an excuse for him to have Leonardo DiCaprio and Sam Jackson and the house nigga role and just saying nigga all the time and have niggas fighting in the house every fucking night, just for food,
That
some
movie
shit.
was
This is
crazy.
like that movie was crazy.
Yeah, it was an awesome movie. And even
crazy.
the actor that played the French guy, what was his name? What's the actor's name?
Christoph Waltz, French.
Yeah.
Great actor, bro. Yeah,
He's German. He's actually German, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he's just a great actor, bro.
Yeah.
What movie was he in? Remember he got the
Inglourious
shit carved in
Basterds.
there.
Glorious Bastards, yeah.
Inglourious
He was
Basterds.
Yeah, awesome, man. That dude is just cool. He's a good actor, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if he supports reparations or not, but
Oh.
it's cool.
I don't know.
Let me say, hey, if y'all want to see another Jubilee debate, I don't know if I talked to y'all about this one before, but do you know who Mehdi Hassan is? You know Mehdi Hassan?
Sounds familiar.
He's he used to be on MSNBC. He's I forgot where he is. He's like a Persian. He's a debate lord essentially.
Mhm.
So he always does these debates. He's on. He got fired from MSNBC because he was like off break. He was like, "Yeah, these fucking Israelis are doing a goddamn genocide." Essentially on his show on MSNBC, and they canned him.
Nah.
Like he's been on that show for a long time. So we started up another show, The Tale, on YouTube. But like he's like a classic debater, like professional debater.
Okay.
For years, he's debated everybody all over the spectrum.
Nice.
Progressive, fully progressive.
On Jubilee on the page. Joan has 11 million
Yes.
views.
That shit,
gotta be good.
that Joan blew up the goddamn internet for a long time.
Really?
Like this debate, he does is one. What do you say? One progressive versus 20.
One progressive versus 20 far right conservatives.
Yeah,
Far-right.
20 far right
Okay.
conservatives.
Yeah,
And it was
exactly.
originally titled one progressive versus 20 conservatives.
Mm-hmm.
They had to adjust that
Change
shit.
the title.
That shit goes. These motherfuckers go real racist, real quick,
Fast.
All right, my bad.
Oh, boy.
so fast. Like
Are they
I'm
all
talking
black
about like
conservatives? Oh, okay, so they're white
no, it
conservatives.
is the white conservatives.
whole mix,
And bro,
yeah.
like you talking about
Whoa.
young conservatives, like it's not. Conservatism is just at this point is just Nazi shit. Like real talk. So.
Yeah.
Like conservatism, y'all fuck around, but like it's not like it used to
Hell
be.
and shit, yeah.
Conservatism, these motherfuckers are straight up Nazi.
Right.
Like they like, I don't care being like. There's one guy on there.
Mein Kampf type
He's
shit.
straight up talking about like, yeah, I don't care being called a Nazi. Like
Oh
this
my
other
God.
guy asking this dude, why are you in this country? Talking to Mehdi Hassan,
Oh,
like crazy shit. Like this
Whoa.
don't blew up. So if you want to see something crazy, watch that. Now Mehdi owns these dumbasses.
good.
He owns them thoroughly, and they are so stupid. But if you want to
Seems to
see
be a
some,
common
it's
theme.
a spectacle.
Yo, I'm about to watch this shit right
Yeah,
now.
well,
bro.
It's a
watch it.
goddamn
Oh, man.
spectacle.
I'm gonna watch
You will
it.
be
I got two things to watch. I gotta watch Predator and I gotta watch this because
yeah, man.
All right, so
Yeah,
Predator.
man. All right. I think we hit the 3 hour and 20, almost a 3 hour and 20 minutes. Yeah.
You know what I've been playing lately, video game wise, is I got on like a flash sale. Was a Hogwarts Legacy. Never played it before. That shit was like $11. I said, you know what? Let me check it out. You know what I mean?
I got it. Actually, I never started it though.
The story is not that interesting to me. You know, I guess maybe Harry Potter was never really my favorite. Character anyway. I never pretend to be Harry Potter, but I will say the combat in the game is pretty fluid. And it's pretty fun.
It looks fun.
Learn the spells and everything. Yeah, it's something to distract a little bit. So.
Frank, did you play it or you played it?
no,
I know she's a big Harry Potter fan.
But no. I wanted to get it though. You said it's $11.
It was like $12 or $13. Yeah, it was like a little.
I got it recently on
it came out like
PlayStation. Yeah, it came a while ago. I got it recently on PlayStation. It was the monthly game you get for free.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, word?
Yeah, like check it out. I think I got it. Yeah,
maybe
I think I got it off of that.
Maybe it's still there. I'll check it out. I've been playing Metal Gear Solid Delta, and I've been also playing the new Shinobi game that came out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Art of Vengeance.
My son wants the new Call of Duty. I'm like, well, I guess you're 13. Do I really have to worry about
yes,
the whole kind of aesthetic of,
See.
What do you think? Should I get him? Call of Duty. I mean, what do you think?
Man, I don't know, man. Call of Duty.
I don't know how visceral and real it is.
It's pretty real.
They said what they have like a drug use warning or something on the beginning of it or something like that. So
I think
right now he's playing NBA 2K.
I think if you would get him a Call of Duty game, you should stick with the zombies mode because that's more comical.
Yeah.
More appropriate. But I don't know.
I always have issues running around. Yeah. Maybe when you're older.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's 13. It's like, how much more can I protect you from,
You still got some time.
And
you still got
imagery.
4 years. You still got at least 4
that.
years. So
true that, man. I still bust your ass, bro. I was looking at my son on the basketball court. I was like, hey, he gonna get me one of these days, bro. And when that shit happens, I'm gonna call y'all up, bro. I'll be like, hey, he got me. He got me. He pinned me up against the wall today, bro.
Oh no!
Hey, my son pinned me up against the wall, motherfucker.
Can't have that.
You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
Hey, Juice. Hey, fellas, when that shit happens, I got y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all, man. I'm like, hey, he got me. He got me today, man.
Oh.
Nah.
Y'all haven't seen my son in a while, man. This dude's big, bro. He big, man.
He was big last time I seen him.
When he getting 11th grade, he gonna try me, bro. He gonna do it.
Nah, man. You see, you never.
Hey, that's why you keep that fucking power switch in your pocket.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to fuck around? Hey, ain't nobody got no goddamn electricity in this bitch.
Look, I just told y'all to get the guy. My back hurt, man. You know what I'm saying? I just told y'all that, man. I'm getting old, man. Hey, Frank, I'm getting
you gotta work. You gotta be strategic with the teenagers, man.
Always be ready.
Always be ready. Pull out the blicky on this mug, man.
Damn.
Nah, man.
Dropping a blick on your son? Fuck.
Jesus. To light him up with the BB gun and shit.
Right. Maybe not the full out blicky, but I need a weapon. Okay.
Paintball gun.
This nigga's big.
Hey, man,
big,
dude, just you keep your fucking.
He's got youth on his side. Man.
Always be ready.
I need some help, man.
Never lose that battle. Always be ready. The second you lose that battle, it's over.
That should be embarrassing if you lose to your son, man.
Y'all
ain't thinking about that yet. Your sons ain't 13 yet, man. You might lose to him, Frank. When he get of age and he tests you a little bit.
I don't know about that.
He might have you pinned up against the wall, man. He could.
I don't know about that. I mean, he's gonna be taller than me for sure, but I don't know about that.
My son is about my height. I'm like, oh, when the hell did you get so damn big, bro?
Hey, remember, dude, we still got old man strength. Old man strength is a thing. Dad strength is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've done stuff. I'm like, shit, I didn't know I could still do this job. I'm fucking strong. Dad strength is a thing, man. I remember, man, my dad's strong as shit. No, man, I'm fucking, dude. Dad strength is a thing. You gotta fucking leverage that shit.
Your dad grabbed you up back in the day, dude?
Huh?
Your dad grabbed
you up? Me and my dad, yeah.
Yeah, had that adult strength, bro. He's like, damn, this nigga's strong as hell.
You know,
hey, your dad
mostly just seeing my dad do stuff with the car. He would just fucking just working on the car. I'm like, how the fuck you do that with your hands? But now I can do some of that shit.
And shit. Yeah, like no tools or nothing. Just here it is. Turf.
Hey,
Damn.
hey, D, you know what you do? You know what you do to get ready? Man, fuck with your son now. Right?
Mm-hmm.
like rough
Poke
house
him a
with
little
him.
bit, you know what I mean?
Rough house with him now. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Get a feel for where he's at. like get a feel for where he's at physically, and then you know
That's
what to
my
do.
man. I love him, man. And that's one. Even going back to the beginning of the
And
whole
then
cast,
learn them arm locks. Okay.
it's one reason we can
Restraints.
empathize
Yep.
and read is like we all love our kids, man. And like one lady told me, like, don't give up on your kids. Don't give up. I'm like, who would ever give up on their children? You know,
Never dream.
That's your part of you. That's what you have left. Your legacy is your children. That's what's going to be here when you're gone. Is So yeah, I don't know if I'm Sue and Reed. If I'm the rest of the world, I'm still looking at him like, hey man, I'm sorry, bro, but y'all might have to get that little nigga up, man.
Nope. Nope.
It's a quarter billion people. It's billions of people.
I don't care. Me. I don't give a fuck.
I get you, and you're a father. That's why you're a loving father.
I don't give a fuck.
I feel you, but it's a fair question.
If I'm the protector of this world and I have powers, any motherfucker that comes my way, I will dismantle them if they come close to the building.
Yeah.
Even you fellas as fathers, right? Like, say you had to sacrifice your child for a city, for 8 billion people, 8 million people.
No.
We're going to drop this nuke or you give up your child. Now, me, personally, I would offer to do myself. I'm like, can't you just take me? You know what I'm saying? Like,
shit, I forgot.
Right? But
British. Oh. Many Hassans are British and Indian. British of Indian descent. My bad.
Yeah, he did look kind of Middle Eastern in the thumbnail. So
Indian.
He's British. He has a British accent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Indian from India.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
But we could call it. I was gonna play the Amanda Seals thing, but I'll just send it to the group. Y'all can watch it later.
Okay. I like her though. Overall, I like Amanda Seals. I want to see more from her. I think I added another of her debates to her podcast to my list. Got to go listen to it. But I thought her point was well made, even with her catching the attitude and everything. So
yeah. Dog, you gotta watch the Mehdi Hassan joke.
I felt like if she didn't like insult everybody, right? She would have came out of it so much stronger, in my opinion.
She did get insulted.
She did make great points. She did, but like she just.
What you're not about to do is sit here and cut me off while she's cutting people off.
We don't need. I'm like, we don't need that. I get your circumstances, and I get that you were very much under pressure, and you do. Arguing with 20 people at the same time, but like, let's come out of this the bigger person.
She's not a debater though. Like
she's not.
That's I feel like there's one thing. Like I don't. Yeah, she's like a writer, or what do you say? She's an actress or something.
She's an actress. Yeah.
And she's not a debater.
That Root article. I don't know. I've never seen her.
Comedian. Okay.
Comedy. Yeah, I guess an actress. But I thought she handled herself well. I thought overall, outside of her little attitude, I thought she was very well spoken, and there were some
things that she said which were contradictory to herself. But like she was saying the whole thing where it was like,
don't trust
statistics lie. Statistics lie all the time. But I'm like, you're starting to quote statistics, so you're saying statistics.
Yeah, that was. I did have a problem with that at the beginning. I meant to remember
unless they work for you.
Statistically speaking, statistics lie and shit. Yeah, right. It's like, okay. So,
but like, I feel like the point she was trying to say is like, don't rely on statistics. But I also feel like that's probably a good starting point for them, right? If they back you. Mm-hmm. But
she also wasn't paying attention to those prompts that were popping up, like the pop up like facts that were like.
Oh, do they see those?
I don't know if
they see those.
I don't know if they see those, but I'm pretty sure on some level she's following a script, like where that would be relevant to what she's talking about at that point in the conversation, and it felt like she was just like, nah, fuck that.
I'm making my point.
Right.
She definitely seems like a strong-minded individual. who is going to follow her
Oh
own
yeah,
train of thought.
like I said before, like coming off Insecure, she was
Doesn't seem like she's easily swayed one way or the
yeah,
other.
she made quite a big a big name for herself by being combative. So maybe that's why they thought inviting her to this platform would be good and would be
But who's a
clip
good
worthy.
debater? Who's a good black debater?
Him
Oh,
naming her.
Mark Lamont Hill. Oh my God, what am I thinking? They should have had Mark Lamont Hill do this.
See,
You know that?
I would have said Umar, but he's never debated anybody. Umar's just kind of
He just yells at people.
egotistical. He just
And
his point is the only point.
But
Umar also it would be on the conservative side,
he
so
would
there
probably
wouldn't
be on
be
conservative.
any.
To a degree, he would. He believes in reparations, but he's also I don't know.
I think him and
He's
Amanda
a
Seales
different
would
kind
get
of
along.
conservative. I don't know. He probably won't be with these weirdos. He'd
Yeah.
be on the Hotep conservative side, which is like women should stay in the kitchen or some shit.
Oh, Dr. K said Jubilee did invite Mark Lamont Hill, but he said no.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't blame
Some
him. He's
people
probably right for saying no.
and some
He's
people
probably
That
correct.
platform is chaotic.
for
That shit
brand
is
building.
chaotic, but it would be. I would just like to see him destroy these Uncle Ruckuses.
Some people for brand building are probably scared of platforms like Jubilee because you could be proven so wrong. Like things
I
can go
actually know
so
what you're talking
wrong for
about.
you there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
but it could
Because you
just be a
could be
career
right
killer
and
by
be
stepping
over
in.
talked. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It could be a career killer by just stepping into it, right? Because it's kind
Yeah,
of not
yeah.
on brand for you,
Mm.
and it would be a waste of
Mm,
time for. It would probably be a waste of time for Mark Lamont Hill, to be honest.
oh yeah, he debates he debates still all the time.
Hmm.
He said he mentioned he had a conversation with Amanda before a debate. He talked about his mental health. Wait, what?
And him needing boundaries. Mark Lamont Hill, probably. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do it. He's doing great on the Joe Budden podcast. So,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't actually watched it until he started being on there.
When did Joe
Now I
Budden
can
become
stand it.
the voice of? I don't understand how some people build their podcast brands. I know we've been doing the Intelligent Idea Talkers for years, and Joe Budden has achieved a level that we could only dream about. But when did Joe Budden become such a? Because I remember before Joe Budden was just like the hip hop kind of guy. He was like Vlad TV, almost like.
He's been doing it for a
It's,
minute though.
But just a
Like
yeah.
minute,
and
right? And he's
but
still
they
relevant as a podcaster. Like, who did I see he had on
wait,
this recently? Can't even think the guy's name. But I was just shocked that even Joe Budden was even covering this subject. I thought he was the hip hoppy guy, who
I
talked about
mean,
Well,
bullshit.
it's a matter of like a lot of the people that have like super successful podcasts, like in this vein, they're celebrities. They were celebrities first somehow, right?
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
Like Joe Budden or Joe Rogan or thinking Chris Hardwick, right? Like for the
Yep.
Nerds podcast, like super successful podcasts. They were celebrities first somehow, so they used that platform to gain their audience, and then just kind of go from there,
Mm-hmm.
right? The audience is already kind of already infused at first, so they already have their millions of listeners already, and then it just goes from there. And then podcasts have changed over the years, where it's more visual now.
Yeah.
And
There's almost no only audio podcast.
right, and or at least the more successful ones are now all visual, right? Like kind of like how we're doing it, but it's like live most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But
But I remember Joe Budden. I just thought he was like I thought his podcast would flame out because, like you said, he's been doing that for years. Like
a long
I
time.
never really took him seriously as like a. I'm not gonna say he's like an intellectual, but even as an interviewer, when he used to have people on his cast, I was like, man, But Joe Budden has really been able
Well,
to remain relevant. I'm just surprised. I don't
well,
even remember who brought up Joe Budden, but
he's been doing it for so long. He's gonna get better at it.
yeah,
Like after all these
yeah, I
years,
saw
if
him
you don't
recently.
improve, there's something wrong then. But he's gotten a lot better at it, and he's been able to kind of talk through different viewpoints of different things. So it doesn't
Mhm.
surprise me that his status and platform plus time and this new platform is successful.
What about you, Juice? Do you still hate Joe Rogan, or is he good now, or what?
Mean, is he good now?
I mean, you put me on to Joe Rogan.
Sounds like he was never
You
good.
sent me some Joe Rogan Jones back in the day, and I just started seeing Joe
Nah,
Rogan
Joe
every day.
Rogan is not
And then I
good.
brought
He's
Joe
not
Rogan up
useful
like,
anymore. He's not
yeah,
like
you told me to
he's
listen
a
to Joe,
mouthpiece for
bro.
the government at this point. What are you talking about?
I remember you started
I don't know if
hating
you're,
Joe
but
Rogan.
I watched, huh?
I remember you started hating Joe Rogan a couple years ago. I mean, because you put me on to him. I remember you sent me something a while ago, and I started looking at more and more Joe Rogan, and we brought him up, and you was like, man, I don't fuck with Joe Rogan, man. I don't like that dude, man.
I mean,
I
I
still
need
think he's
people
one
to
of the
be
best
like, I need
podcasters.
people to be intellectually consistent. And he's like, he kind of pivoted. Like, he sold out, man. Like,
Is that when that
he's a
Spotify money
sellout.
kind of came in? Because he's got a
Between
fresh
Spotify and
brand.
Trump, yeah, like he got the fucking whole. Is Spotify? But no, this is before Spotify. He's been on this like right wing, like conservative bullshit for a while now.
Hmm.
Like he's also not funny. So like,
Not funny at
it's
all.
a
I never
whole
really
thing,
thought
man.
he does. No, he does
Yeah,
stand up, or he did, but I never thought he was
like
good. I thought
I
it
don't
was a
know if
great
you
interview.
noticed, but like I don't know when the last time you watched any of his shit. But like a lot of his stuff, he's not really asking questions anymore. He's not really trying to find out stuff
Mm-hmm.
anymore. He's making more declarative statements that are just wrong. Like that's kind of the difference that I've seen. Like so I don't really watch him anymore, like
Maybe that's what
and
happens when you go from
especially after the whole
independent.
Trump thing, like he had Elon Musk on that jump. Like
100% smoking weed and shit.
no, I mean after the fucking election.
Mm-hmm.
He had Cash Patel on that bitch. I sent you the video, I sent you the clip talking about you think that I
I
would
think he's
lie to
still a great
you
interviewer, and I think
about
when those
fucking
corporate
Epstein
dollars
files? Of course there's nothing.
when
I
those
wouldn't lie to
corporate dollars
you.
when those corporate
And he
dollars
was just
start
like,
coming in
and
versus
Joe
the
Rogan is in
independent.
this bitch like, oh yeah, cool. Like shut
Yeah.
the fuck up, man. Don't just let these like government officials
No,
come
I'm
up and
sorry,
lie
Frank.
to the fucking people. Like
Hey, Frank, I'm
that's
sorry. I know
crazy.
I brought up Joe Rogan. I know that shit sets
Dad,
you
I don't know
off.
why you did
There's
that.
a couple
Don't
things that set
do
you
that to me,
off. Is
D. Jesus
Joe
Christ.
Rogan, Donald Trump set Juice off, and shit.
Hey
Can't think
man.
of anything to do with his
Dave
kids.
Chappelle,
Okay,
yeah.
don't fuck with Juice's kids, man. All right,
Oh yeah.
or
Dave
his
Chappelle.
daughter.
Yeah.
That's what any
Yeah,
man's
Dave
kid.
Chappelle too.
Hey,
Dave
Dave
Chappelle.
Chappelle owes Jussie Smollett an apology.
I still
Yeah,
have to
you did
watch
mention that.
that.
Yeah, I was supposed to too. I just remembered
So I
that.
have
It's
to
on
watch
Netflix,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Netflix.
just
Yeah,
watch
I might check it out after.
the last hour, man. Like, I mean, you could watch the whole thing if you want like the full context to go. I talked about a lot of it before, but bro,
But Jesse Smollett was innocent.
I think he
You were
is.
watching.
I think he is.
Yeah.
But I definitely know there's footage or there's stuff in this documentary that came out that I didn't know. And I've been into this. I've been looking at that shit. I ain't
I
believe
remember talking about
the
it when it
cops from
first
the
came out.
beginning.
Yeah.
I ain't believe these cops from the beginning, man. So I don't know. Anyway. Look, let's call it though. I'm
All right,
tired.
guys.
Yeah, man. No doubt.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, guys. Thanks
All
for
right,
joining
guys.
us here on the Intelligent Idea Talkers podcast. Yo. Yep. Guess we're gonna call it for the night, man. All right, boys.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Y'all be
Peace.
good, man.
Y'all be good.
Later.
Later.
Peace.